They are comfortable and confident in quarterback Jacoby Brissett while Deshaun Watson serves his 11-game suspension. And ESPN's Keyshawn Johnson says this is the most talent Brissett has had around him as a starter.
Now when you look at from front to back of this roster in Cleveland, I think he has an opportunity to really do some stuff. I don't know why everyone wants to run out and get Jimmy G. Do we know that Jimmy G is better than Jacoby Brissett? No, we do not.
Keyshawn Johnson on KJ and Max. The 12-year-old Iowa Little Leaguer with a serious head injury after he fell out of a top bunk on Monday is still in the hospital, but also still improving. Easton Oliverson has started walking, and an MRI this week came back normal. Iowa is playing its first ever game at the Little League World Series right now on ESPN and trailing Tennessee 6-1 in the third inning. Second event of the FedEx Cup playoffs this weekend in Delaware in the second round. Adam Scott, the leader right now, at 10 under. He has a 3-shot lead.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. We're close, convenient, and known for our guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Musa. And Mr. Toby Tom. Play. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there, make it a good one. Theriot, 1 hour from right now. We will go up to Lambeau in hour 3 to preview Saints-Packers from Lambeau with Todd Graffagnini. Got a lot of thoughts, including what's on the line for Ian Book. A lot of conversation about Ian Book. And in 15 minutes, I want to delve into that because I might have a little bit of a different thought on it. I kind of hope he stinks tonight. And I'll delve into why in about 15 minutes from right now. We've talked a good bit here throughout fall camp. Very appreciative to Brian Kelly for the access he's allowed the media, not only allowing us to watch practice, but also to talk to the coordinators. Last week, we spoke to Mike Denbrock. Today, Matt House visited with the media for about 15 minutes right now. And there were, I think, some interesting takeaways. A lot of coach speak, as you would expect when you go through a press conference. But by and large, I think some of the position battles that we've looked at and really focused on a lot here in fall camp, and maybe just the multiplicity and how this defense is going to look, starts to become a little clearer the more we see and the more these coaches talk about it. But first things first, Matt House likes what he's seen so far from his defense in fall camp.
I'm pleased with the approach our guys have taken in camp. There's been great competition between the offense and the defense back and forth and within the position groups. I think we're steadily developing the right mentality and the right focus and approach. And I'm excited to put the ball down again tomorrow and see where we're at again.
So tomorrow, LSU will practice. According to our media schedule, Saturday is supposed to be in Tiger Stadium. So there have been a couple that were supposed to be there as well, and they've moved it to the practice facility. Whatever they elect to do, they elect to do. It may very well just be that the crews are getting the field, like the playing surface, ready to play football here in less than a month. So I don't know. I guess we could find out, but whatever. They're basically supposed to practice again tomorrow in Tiger Stadium and have some scrimmage formats. And the media is invited to watch about 30 minutes of practice on Saturday. Then Tuesday is listed as another scrimmage where we should get more access to the full practice. But the more we see, we also see position battles and heavy rotation. And two positions in particular defensively, and we've talked about it. It's cornerback and it's at linebacker, where we've seen almost this free-flowing of rotation, where it doesn't matter. You can always tell when the first unit is on the field by the defensive line. When you see 0 and 99 and 11 and 18, okay, you know that's the first group. But so often we see different numbers at linebacker and at corner, which suggests there's still a lot of competition. First, here was Matt House talking about corner, and in particular, he talks about, what we've heard a lot, where it was a weakness, I don't think it's a strength. But listen to this and linebacker when he talks about the name specifically.
Yeah, we got great competition there. We got 4 older guys that we feel can play winning football, and then 2 younger guys that are really come on. I see that being just that, continuing competition. We're going to evaluate it again after the game Saturday. But a position that we were a little bit concerned about the depth coming in has kind of been a position that's developed into almost a strength.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see where that goes, and I love the competition that's being bred there. And those guys, I love their approach every day.
I've told you. So he said 4 older guys, 2 younger guys. It sort of validates. They are rotating 6 at cornerback, and there's a chance they could play all 6. The 4 older guys, we know who they are at this point. It's Jark Bernard-Converse, Mekhi Gardner, the ULL transfer, Sevyn Banks, the Ohio State transfer, and Colby Richardson, the McNeese State transfer. And then he mentioned the 2 younger guys. One of them is LaTerrence Welch, who we've seen a good bit of, and I would assume the other one he's talking about, although he didn't say it by name, would be Jalen Davis Robinson, number 29, who is another freshman who we've seen play a good bit as well. So 6 guys right now that they're rotating at cornerback that they feel pretty good about, and we've talked about it here. Well, I don't think any of the 6 has as high a ceiling as someone like Elias Ricks or Dwight McGlothern. You've got a ton of experience. Of the 4 older guys he mentioned, all of them are either in their 5th or 6th season of college football. You have grown-ups playing right now who are very experienced, which is going to lend itself a great advantage. Now, linebacker is the other one. And actually, they asked him more about the edge, okay, and getting pressure off the edge. This is 8, Muso. And specifically, like, we know you've got Ali Gay and B.J. Ojulari, but specifically, when a coach isn't asked about players specifically, but a position, and he names players, that's a ding, ding, ding. Okay, those are the guys who immediately come to mind that he's thinking of playing. So when you're not asked specifically about a player, but a position, and the coach names players, that speaks volumes. This was Matt House talking about the edge positions.
Ali and BJ are doing a great job off the edge. Savion's coming along on the edge as well. Desmond's applying some competition off the edge. Quincy is getting better and better with every opportunity. And the thing about that, too, is they're doing a good job where they can play multiple alignments on the front. And that gives you great flexibility. And also, when you start getting into game week, it allows you to get the best matchups you possibly can in situational football.
Best matchups you possibly can. And a big part of that also is understanding that he didn't talk about Mason Smith. Remember, a year ago, that's a good thing, by the way. A year ago, Mason Smith was playing both inside and out of necessity. Ali Gay was lost for the season. Andre Anthony was lost for the season. And so Mason Smith was a true freshman playing both tackle and defensive end. He didn't have a true home where every game, every week, he was doing the same thing. And there was a little concern, Brian Kelly talked about it, that you might be in the same situation with Ali Gay this year where he may have to play inside and out. Well, you hear Matt House say it. Of course, he started with Ali Gay and B.J. Ojulari, but he mentioned Savion Jones. He mentioned Desmond Little. That's a guy we've seen a lot. Desmond Little, you're going to notice he changed his jersey number. He's wearing number 8 now. When Ojulari took 18, Desmond Little's wearing 8. And he's 6'5", and they got him playing that jack position. So he's a dude that you're going to see standing up on the outside, trying to get pressure. And then Quincy Wiggins is the other one that they mentioned who wears number 93. He's the true freshman, 6'5", 275. He's the all-airport team. When he gets off the bus, he looks amazing. And it kind of tells you a little bit of where, maybe some of the competition is gone. We did talk about Xavier Carter as a guy that might be battling for reps. Well, whenever the coach doesn't mention him, he's probably, you can kind of see how that rotation maybe is starting to come together a little bit. The other thing, there was a ton. A couple more things, though, that I found interesting. 18, please, use. Whenever LSU, whenever they go into the team periods that we've seen, like in scrimmage, every time I jot down the first defense that runs out there, it looks the same. And the base is a nickel. And it's number 3, Greg Brooks, the Arkansas transfer, playing the sort of nickel box safety role. And Sage Ryan is backing him up at the second team. But your inside backers are Mike Jones, BJ Penn. The line is what we've talked about. Jark Bernard Converse is one corner to the wide side, and the short side is usually Mekhi Gardner or one of the other guys we've talked about that's rotated. Your safeties are Jay Ward and Major Burns. And so base has been nickel. So Matt House was asked today, like, is that just your base defense? Are you always just going to be in a base nickel defense?
So we match, I mean, like if they come out with numerous tight ends, then we'll go to base. But the reality is most people now want to play in 11 personnel. And so, yeah, when we're in 11 personnel, we're basing out of what we call a big nickel or buffalo.
So I love that he went a little specific there. Big nickel or buffalo, but that's what you kind of see. And when we've seen, like when LSU will run short yardage or goal line type situations, and they'll rotate another linebacker in, and usually it's been West Weeks who comes out onto the field as a third sort of stand-up traditional linebacker while Ojulari's still in his jack position. So we're getting to know a little bit of what the defense is going to look like, what Matt House wants it to look like. But one thing's been very obvious is that they've been very multiple, not only with their looks, but also with their personnel. And the question was posed to Matt House today, is that by design because that's how you're going to run your defense? Or is that because you're still trying to figure out your personnel?
We're intentional with our multiplicity, okay? And the more looks you can give the quarterback. And then also, I mean, kind of to the point that guys have brought up in here, with the competition, guys deserve different roles. And we want to put our football players in the best position to succeed, all right? So sometimes that means putting in different sub-packages based on situations.
That is such an NFL answer. Can you play the very beginning of that again, Muse? Just the very beginning again.
We're intentional with our multiplicity.
No.
Okay, and the more looks you can give the quarterback, and then also, I mean, kind of to the point that guys have brought up in here.
Okay, that's good. Then it went into the competition. The more we're intentional with our multiplicity, the more looks you can give a quarterback. That is an NFL answer. That is a dude who just spent the last 3 years with the Kansas City Chiefs. That is an NFL answer because if you watch the NFL on Sundays or tonight with the preseason, if you watch the NFL, that's all you see on defenses now. Sometimes dudes are like Cam Jordan sometimes is standing up on the end. Sometimes he's got his hand in the dirt. Sometimes he kicks inside. Are linebackers blitzing? Are they dropping? There's constant movement. It's always, you always hear the quarterback come to the line, identify, Mike 5'3", whatever, try to identify who the middle linebacker is so the offensive line can set. There's shifts, there's stunts. It's just, I'm not going to pretend to understand it, what they're doing. I'm not like making call, but it's just very obvious when you watch it. There is so much going on, and the intent is confuse the quarterback so he doesn't know where the pressure is coming from, who's dropping into coverage, where the passing lanes are going to be. That's the intent. And as advent of 7-on-7s, as quarterbacks become more savvy, as offenses become more complex, if you can confuse a young quarterback, awesome. And it's pretty clear that's what they're trying to do. So yes, guys deserve opportunities. You're going to be multiple to get a lot of different guys on the field. Great. But more than anything, hey, we're just trying to confuse the quarterback. And if your guys know where they're supposed to be, that's the benefit of having a very veteran defense. Mike Jones, B.J. Ojulari, Ali Gay, Jaquelin Roy now into his third year. I just mentioned your cornerbacks. The 4 older guys are either 5th or 6th year seniors. I mean, all of your defense is very old. Like, you have a veteran defense. The youngest guy among the contributors are Mason Smith, Greg Penn. And Mason Smith might be your most talented player. So, yes, the multiplicity, the looks, I think you got a veteran team that can handle it. I've told you this before, and if I sound excited, I should. People ask all the time, hey, what do you feel about the team having watched them all? If there's one big takeaway, one like big, gigantic takeaway, so what's the one big takeaway you've had so far? I am more bullish on LSU's defense now than I was going into camp. I thought they had some legitimate questions, but they have size, speed, depth, experience, a smart coach. I am way more bullish on this defense than I was coming in, and Matt House is a big reason why. All right, Saints-Packers tonight from Lambeau. We'll talk a lot about it. Graff in hour 3 for a scene setter. I'm curious what Theriot's watching. We'll get to that a little more than an hour from right now. What does he want to see in the preseason game with the Saints and the Packers? But I want to talk specifically about Ian Book and why I'm actually cheering against Ian Book tonight. Stick around.
AFR.
Brought to you by Clegg's Nursery. Oh, I probably should have saved this one for when Theriot was in here. Chatted yesterday with Miss Teresa over at Clegg's, and she let me know that all of the Clegg's locations now have Mobucks deer feed, deer corn, rice bran, and persimmon. Did I say it right? Persimmon? I'll have to ask Theriot. Rice bran. You'll know I'm not a hunter and it doesn't really matter, but if you are, you know what all that stuff is. The things you're putting in your feeders to attract the deer so you can shoot them so I can eat them, they got it all at Clegg's. Any of the 4 locations. Seagan near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Yes, they've got all your fall bedding plants there now as well. I mean, the calendar says it's fall. So we are getting close to Labor Day. Calendar says it is fall. Even if it's 100 degrees outside, it is time to start planting those fall vegetable gardens. And, of course, if you're a deer hunter getting ready for the season, they got Mobucks, deer corn, all of it right now at Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local, Clegg's Nursery.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
I'm glad you're rolling along with us here. Theriot next hour. forward to having Ryan in studio. By the way, tomorrow I will be at Rouse's, 10 a.m. to noon, Long Farm. That's Village Market Street, just off an airline near between Highland and Antioch. Another bourbon pop-up. They'll have Van Winkle. They'll have the Lot B. Last time they had the Rip 10. They had Thomas H. Handy, Stag Jr. I mean, talking like legit bottles, like unicorn bottles you can sample for free at Rouse's. I'll be there tomorrow from 10 to noon. Rouse's Long Farm. We'll look forward to seeing you there. Saints are playing the Packers tonight, and a lot of eyes are going to be on Ian Book. He struggled in the preseason opener against the Houston Texans. He put the ball on the ground. He threw an interception off a tip ball. We had an open receiver, clean pocket. He threw it high, and it got picked. He has just not been very good. Let's just call it what it is. Last year, in the regular season game against the Miami Dolphins, that was really unfair. I mean, for any quarterback with that roster to play against an NFL team was just unfair. He was 12 of 20 for 135, no touchdowns, 2 picks, and had a QBR of 2.2. And his rating was 40.6. It was really bad. That was the regular season game against the Dolphins, and he wasn't really very good last week against the Texans either. It's fair to say, what if Ian Book were playing behind the starting offensive line, which included an all-pro like Ryan Ramczyk and Pro Bowlers like Eric McCoy, Andrews Pete? What if he was handing the ball to Alvin Kamara and throwing the ball to Mike Thomas and Jarvis Landry and Chris Olave? Maybe it's different. That's very fair. It's a very fair question to ask. You give a quarterback a starting offense, is going to make him better. But we see other quarterbacks in backup roles not struggle as much as Ian Book has, which is why there's a lot of questions and concerns around him and what his future may be. But I'm going to throw maybe a little bit of a spin on this with Ian Book, and I'm actually going to kind of cheer against Ian Book. And here's what I mean. Not that I don't want him to become a good player or become a valuable asset to New Orleans, but last year, in 2021, more than half of the NFL teams did not keep a third quarterback on its active roster. Look at the team you're going to play tonight. Green Bay had Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. That was it. Last year, Carolina had Sam Darnold and P.J. Walker. That was it. Now they got Baker in there, so they got a competition and all. But my point is, usually your third quarterback is either inactive on game day or it's a practice squad member. So because every player on the active roster that dresses on a game day, every player plays. The backup quarterback even usually is the holder. I mean, everybody plays because you have to. There's so few roster spots, they're too valuable. If Ian Book plays well, let's say he plays really well against the Packers and then plays the bulk of the game against the Chargers, really shows out, turns a lot of heads. Well, then you got two choices. You keep him on the 53-man roster, so he takes a spot on the 53, or you cut him and you hold your breath and you hope that he clears waivers and you sign him to the practice squad. If he plays poorly, it kind of takes all the anxiety out of it, doesn't it? If he plays poorly, then you can cut him and then just sign him to the practice squad, because who's going to sign Ian Book to their active roster? Remember, if you are on the practice squad, any team can sign you at any point to their active roster. But the point being, who would want Ian Book? He's a distant third right now. I would love to see Ian Book have the opportunity to have another year of growth and development and maturation, and maybe he becomes a valuable backup. I know there's been some conversation, about Ian Book and using a fourth-round pick on him and taking a flyer. I don't mind taking a flyer on a guy in the fourth round. But the reality is most mid-round picks at quarterback don't become starters. I mean, look around the NFL. There's a few. I mean, Tom Brady, we all know, was a sixth-round pick. But Dak was a fourth-rounder. Kirk Cousins was a fourth-rounder. You want to go that direction, Russell Wilson was a third-rounder. But you look around the league, starting quarterbacks are first-round picks, y'all. Jameis Winston was the number 1 overall pick. Baker Mayfield was the number 1 overall pick. Kyler Murray was the number 1 overall pick. Joe Burrow was the number 1 overall pick. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, Trey Lance. Trubisky looks like he's going to start in Pittsburgh. The guy was a total washout as the 3rd overall pick in Chicago, and it looks like he's going to get a chance to start in Pittsburgh now. Speaking of Chicago, Justin Fields, another top 5 pick. Carson Wentz, he's getting another opportunity with a 3rd team to be the starting quarterback. 2nd overall pick. Tua, 1st-round pick. Daniel Jones was a 1st-rounder. Mac Jones was a 1st-rounder. Matt Ryan, 100 years ago, but was a 1st-rounder. Marcus Mariota was the 2nd overall pick behind Jameis Winston. He was probably going to be your starter in Atlanta. Point being, most starting quarterbacks are 1st-round picks and high 1st-round picks. That's just the nature of the position, how it goes. The more you invest, the more opportunities you're going to get in a player. And obviously, the more you invest, it's largely because they have a skill set that's requisite of being a starting quarterback in the NFL. Sometimes a Dak or a Kirk Cousins ends up slipping down draft boards, becomes a starter, and becomes a really good player as they develop. Maybe in time, Ian Book could be that. I can't say that I'm necessarily expecting that to happen, but I'm okay with you taking a 4th-round flyer on him. And maybe as he develops, he can become a very competent backup in the NFL. We've seen that plenty. I mean, Chase Daniels is never going to be a really good starting quarterback in the NFL, but he's a guy who hung around for a decade, collecting a paycheck, holding a clipboard because he was a smart guy and a good option as in a backup role. And when I look at the 4th-round picks the Saints have made just in the Peyton Breeze era, you got some hits. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was a 4th-rounder. David Onyemata was a 4th-rounder. Jermon Bushrod, Jari Evans were 4th-rounders. Jari Evans probably going to be a Hall of Famer. 4th-rounders. But you also drafted Rick Leonard in the 4th round. Kyrie Fort was a 4th-rounder. Nick Toon, Al Woods. Remember the Wake Forest duo of Chip Vaughn and Stanley Arno? 4th-rounders. Antonio Pittman, infamously, 4th-rounder who got cut when they kept the undrafted free agent Pierre Thomas. The point is, a lot of times 4th-rounders don't work out, y'all. That's okay. Like, you're getting to the point in the draft where you don't always hit when you hit round 4. Okay. And sometimes it's Jari Evans, and sometimes it's Chip Vaughn. But with Ian Book, I'm willing to be more patient because of the nature of that position and the fact that you don't need to keep 3. And can we be honest about one other thing? If there's a game day scenario that unfolds whereby both Jameis Winston and Andy Dalton are unavailable, Ian Book ain't playing quarterback, y'all. Taysom Hill is going to be the emergency quarterback. Even last year, Sean Payton said in that game that Alvin Kamara was the emergency quarterback. Like, they're not going to put Ian Book in the game. Not now. There might be a time where he can develop into that role as a backup where you feel it, but that ain't it right now. And nothing he does against the Packers or against the Chargers is going to change that. But if he plays well enough, it could get enough attention from other places to where somebody in a particularly desperate mode who feels like they have an extra roster spot where they can take a guy like that, sign him, and then just make him inactive on game days, it could be a fit, and then you lose him. So I'm saying don't give up on Ian Book and his long-term potential. But in order to see that long-term potential manifest in New Orleans, kind of need him to stink the next 2 weeks. Saints and Packers on a Friday night from Lambeau Field. One more thing, by the way. If I'm Dennis Allen, I'm not sure that I run Andy Dalton out there at all. I mean, this is an Ian Book, KJ Costello game, if you need Costello. But, I mean, can we all agree that after the first preseason game, Andy Dalton proved his worth? We can all agree on that, right? I mean, one drive, boom, it's like, oh, that's a guy that started for a decade in the league and is still really good and can probably start somewhere. And if your guy goes down, he can start for half a season or half a dozen games and win. Like we saw it. Like, oh, okay, yep. Look at the contrast with Dalton and then when Book went into the game. It was day and night. It was a light switch. So, especially considering you're probably not going to play Ramczyk. Hurst, your starting left tackle, went down. He ain't going to play tonight. Penny got nicked this week. I don't even know if he's going to play. We'll see. But given what you got on the offensive line and what you maybe don't have tonight on the offensive line, do you really want to run Andy Dalton back there? I'm not sure I do. But we'll see. We'll see what Dennis Allen elects to do, how they divvy up any of these snaps tonight. I cannot see them. We asked this question, how do you handle this preseason game now with 3 preseason games. It used to be where the third preseason game was where the starters might play a half, and then nobody played in the fourth. Well, you don't have a fourth preseason game anymore, so do you treat the second like the third or the second like the second and the third like the third? You understand what I'm saying? It would stand to reason like next week at home against the Chargers, if you were going to play starters at all, that would be the opportunity. Not this game against Green Bay. All right, it's after further review. We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. Southpointvw.com. Weekends here, y'all. Great opportunity for a test drive at South Point Volkswagen. If you've been thinking about a Volkswagen or any new vehicle, get on by South Point Volkswagen. If it's on the lot, it's online, so you can start at the website at southpointvw.com. Go to the website. You can look up the Jetta, the Passat. Maybe you have a first-time driver in your family. You want to put your child behind the wheel of a very safe vehicle that's stylish, they'll love to drive, that you'll love because it ain't going to cost you an arm and a leg. Volkswagen is a great option. southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge online. Shop online, then go test drive today. Airline just north of Highland or southpointvw.com for South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction? Okay, it's after further review. Quick break. We'll go around the SEC. Muse will have Tigers and the Pros in about 15 minutes. Theriot, 30 minutes from right now. Don't you move.
AFR.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Go back to school in style with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Corval Toyota in Opelousas. It's an easy process, and vehicles are getting to our lot weekly. Make the decision now or reserve your new Toyota today. Come on down to Corval Toyota in Opelousas. That's Happy Town, USA.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Service Mastery Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Mastery Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
You ever go to a charity event where there's a live auction, or anywhere where there's a live auction, and there's always someone in the crowd who bids on every item? Are you familiar? That person isn't necessarily trying to win every item. They're trying to bump the bids. That's intentional. They're there to try to get people to pay more. It's a charity event. Like, you want there to be some type of like bidding frenzy and to just drive the amount up of the auction items to raise more money. So it's a very intentional thing. I've auctioneered plenty of those events, and a lot of times you know who those people are in the crowd, and they sometimes even move. They'll move during the auction bid to bid different parts of the room, so it looks like, as everyone's looking forward, it looks like bids are coming from different parts of the room. Anyway, I saw this story and I couldn't help but think of that. CBS outbid Amazon for a massive UEFA media rights deal. Now, UEFA is a football, soccer federation. I don't know soccer. I don't know their international structure. I don't really care. Many of you do, and that's great. They do have Champions League, as I understand. But CBS, Viacom, and Paramount outbid Amazon for a UEFA contract. It's a 6-year deal worth $1.5 billion. I'm bringing this up for a point. This isn't a soccer take. My point is, Amazon is the bid bumper. Amazon right now is bidding on everything, right? I mean, every negotiation we see. We heard about the Big Ten media rights deal that just got done. Amazon had bid, was in the mix for that. I think Apple was as well. Amazon now has Thursday Night Football. Amazon was bidding on UEFA. Amazon's bid on everything, y'all. They're a bid bumper. And they're also like the richest guy in the crowd that could win every auction if they wanted to. And the bid bumper sometimes does win. Sometimes, you play that game and you drive the price up and you think the other person is going to come back. They don't, and you get stuck with it. You buy the item. That happens. And that's okay. They're okay. Usually it's a donation, or you want some of those things. But that's where Amazon is right now. Amazon's the bid bumper. Amazon's bidding on everything right now. Amazon is bidding on everything to get the dollar amount up higher, and ultimately they're going to break the traditional media outlets. Because Amazon's the richest guy in the room. If Amazon wanted to keep outbidding CBS or ABC or whoever, Disney, it'll be close. But if Amazon wanted to, Amazon could buy all of them. They could buy all of the media rights deals if they wanted them. If they really wanted them. They're the richest guy in the room. They're the multimillionaire many times over in the charity room who could buy everything if they wanted to, but they don't want to. Right now, they're just bumping the bids, and ultimately they're going to break you. And I will make a prediction that in the next cycle of bids, Amazon, one of the streaming services, be it Amazon or Apple, will have all of these contracts. If you look ahead 6 years for this UEFA deal, a decade for that Big Ten deal, by the time it gets to it, the traditional markets, the traditional broadcast partners are going to be so over-leveraged. They're going to have to do a deal with streaming partners, introduce their own streaming service that they hope scales, or they're going to bow out to the likes of Amazon and Apple and Hulu or whoever it may be that's just going to keep buying up all of those things. Amazon's a bid bumper right now. Look, Amazon got Thursday Night Football. They won one of them. They won Thursday Night Football. They're bidding on all of them just to get the price up. And eventually, it's going to be too much for these other networks to make work and to be profitable as such. Well, Amazon the bid bumper. All right, it's after further review. We'll go around the SEC in just a second. Love telling you about Schutz Electric, CESofLA.com. Home standby generators. I'm not sure if y'all noticed, but there is a disturbance right now outside of the Gulf. So, unfortunately, it has been fortunately very quiet storm season so far, but it looks as though things might be starting to pick up. And we, of course, we don't want storms this way, but they're also part of our reality, which means power outages are part of our reality. And if you've been through it, you know what it's like to sit in a hot house with no air conditioning, or to wait in line for gas to power your generator, or to wait in line for ice to try to preserve your perishable goods. There's a way to avoid all of that, to avoid all of that inconvenience. It's a home standby generator from Schutz Electric. CESofLA.com. CESofLA.com. Right there at the top of the page, you'll see request an estimate. They will always come give you that free estimate. Working with Schutz was incredible. They are an immaculately run business. I was so impressed with the whole structure of the organization, the attention to detail, the care they gave me and my family, explaining everything, dealing with the power company, permitting with the city and all that sort of stuff. Schutz did all of it. And now when the power goes out, our generator comes on, powers the whole house. It's affordable. Financing is available. CESofLA.com. CESofLA.com for Schutz Electric. All right, it's after further review. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Excellence in imaging solutions. The Alabama Crimson Tide.
Cornerback Elias Ricks is dealing with a back injury. Nick Saban said shouldn't keep him out for a long period of time, but it is putting his opportunity to start the opener at risk. Ricks is one of 5 incoming transfers. He's a junior, currently competing with Kyrie Jackson, Kool-Aid McKinstry, and Terrion Arnold for the 2 starting cornerback spots. Jackson also, by the way, is temporarily sidelined with a groin injury. Crimson Tide opened their season at Bryant-Dennehy Stadium against Utah State on September the 3rd.
The Florida Gators.
We told you earlier this week, quarterback Jack Miller, the Ohio State transfer, had been absent from practice. Well, now we know why. He suffered an injury to his right thumb and did, in fact, have surgery on that right thumb. The injury does not seem to impact who will be the starter against Utah in the opener. That's going to be Anthony Richardson. But Miller transferred in from Ohio State and firmly entrenched himself as the backup, beating out Carlos Del Rio Wilson and Jalen Kitna. Del Rio Wilson transferred to Syracuse after the spring. Of course, Emory Jones transferred to Arizona State. Billy Napier is expected to give an update on Miller and his timeline to return on Sunday after Florida scrimmage.
The Tennessee Volunteers.
Volunteers 13 days away from their first game of the season, and they still don't know if USC transfer Brew McCoy is going to be eligible to play. Tennessee and McCoy have been waiting for the NCAA to make their ruling since he joined the team back early in the summer. McCoy's status is up in the air. You might remember he was a 5-star who did this sort of infamous USC-Texas flip-flop, so they really don't know if he's used a transfer or if he's eligible immediately. Tennessee faces Ball State September the 1st. He's a former 5-star. McCoy has 2 seasons of eligibility remaining.
The South Carolina Gamecocks.
And Carolina picked up a commitment from defensive lineman Xavier McLeod. He is out of the state of South Carolina. Sorry, did I get you? Just missed. Good. Pick South Carolina over Georgia, Florida, and Michigan. 6'5", 325-pound defensive lineman. Commit number 18 for Shane Beamer. He's the number 18 defensive lineman in the country, number 134 overall in the 247 composite. He will play in the Under Armour All-America game this year. There you have it. That is Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Shout out to our guy Trey Beal and our friends at Gulf Coast Office Products, online at gcopnet.com. Face-to-face sales, service after the sale. That's what you always get from Gulf Coast Office Products. Check them out, the official office equipment provider of the LSU Tigers, the New Orleans Saints, the New Orleans Pelicans, the ULL Ragin' Cajuns. They can get to you same day, worst case scenario, by the next day. It's Gulf Coast Office Products, online at gcopnet.com for Gulf Coast Office Products. All right, it's after further review. Theriot's coming up here in 16 minutes from right now. Always enjoy having Theriot in studio. And we will head up to Lambeau in hour number 3. By the way, I did get a text. You can always text the show in the 225 at 396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Drake Poincott, Poincott. Do you think? Good pronunciation? Poincott? Muse, can I get a ruling? Poincot. Poiencot. Poincot.
Yeah.
Poincot?
I don't think it's cot. I just don't know what it could.
Poien. Poincot. Poinco.
That's
Maybe
it.
Poinco.
No, I think that's it.
Poinco.
I think that's it.
Anyway, Drake, let me know how to pronounce your name. He said, what did it say about Brian Kelly that he took Ian Book to the college football playoff? Can I offer a rebuttal? Because I have heard that. Of course I can. It's my show. College football is different than the NFL. Tim Tebow is arguably the greatest college football player ever. I understand Joe Burrow in a different stratosphere, but understand runner, passer. We all agree. Tim Tebow was a magnificent college football player. Won the Heisman Trophy as a sophomore, first underclassman to win it. Probably should have won it multiple times. He stunk in the NFL. He was out of the league in 3 years. Charlie Ward won the Heisman Trophy. Never played in the NFL. Went to the NBA. Tommy Frazier was magnificent at Nebraska. Tim Couch. Tim Couch was a good quarterback at Kentucky. Didn't win the Heisman, though. Was the first overall pick. Eric Crouch won the Heisman from Nebraska. They moved him to receiver in the NFL. It's just a very different game. You can be a really good college quarterback and not translate to the NFL. I think that's Ian Book. He's a little undersized, doesn't have a great arm, won a lot of games, good leader, all that sort of stuff. Does he have a skill set to translate? I don't know. See if he grows into it. But you can win games with a guy in college that doesn't translate to the next level. We see that all the time. So I don't necessarily think it's actually a coup for Brian Kelly to say, hey, well, he got Notre Dame to the playoff with Ian Book. I mean, Ian Book was a really, really good college quarterback. So tip of the cap to Ian Book for being a good college quarterback. Let's see if he can develop in any way at the next level. All right. Let me knock out a quick break. We'll wrap up hour number one. Muse will have Tigers and the Pros. Stay here.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Insurance Network of Louisiana. Better coverage for less money. How about another example? AFR listener named Mike. I'm not going to give you his last name, although it does list it here. Mike saved over $1,300 a year on his homeowner's insurance alone. He'd been with Allstate for about 8 years, hadn't gotten one single quote within that time. They did write auto for him as well for about the same price as what he had, which was certainly competitive, but his homeowner's insurance had gotten out of hand. They saved him money, and they brought his hurricane deductible from $16,000 to $5,000. They lowered his hurricane deductible by $11,000 and saved him $1,300 a year. Better coverage for less money. Stop overpaying to be underinsured. Make this call, 293-0450, 293-0450, or lainsurance.net.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Okay, we'll go around the SEC in just a second. We're trying to get to the bottom of how to pronounce Drake's last name, not the singer Drake, who texted the show. And he said it's Cajun French, and he has no idea how to spell it or how to pronounce it or spell it phonetically, but we're way off. I was like, you can't spell your name phonetically as many times as you've had to do this, Drake? So anyway, I went into the hall, and thankfully, our resident coon-ass, Cade Voisin, is here, Voisin, who, by the way, Siri calls you Voisin. Wait, turn on his mic, please. Thank you. Okay, so Cade, please help me with the pronunciation here of Drake's name, Poiencot.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Drake, last name, texted the show.
Country of origin?
Yeah, let's go with the United States of America. I don't know. Come on, CB. Let's go.
Poisson.
Poisson? Poisson. Got it. So now, you know what he did reply just now? P-W-A-N, Poinsa, S-A, P-W-A-N-S-A. Would you pronounce the N, Poinsa? Poinsa?
So I'm trying to think how to...
How did you say it?
Poisson.
Poisson. Let's go with that. Well, Poisson. I think he might not even know how to phonetically spell his name. So say it one more time for me, CV.
Poisson.
Well, I think you pronounce it 3 different ways.
So I had a coach growing up, and he was called Coach Fish. And the reason I found out later that he was called Coach Fish was because his last name, Poisson, was fish.
In
French.
In Cajun French. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, CV. Been very enlightening. He's from Bayou de Large.
That's where I grew up.
He said he knows Cade.
C'est bon.
By the way, if anybody wonders if I actually checked the text line, yes, I checked the damn text line. It's an app called Community. I pay for it every month, so use it. 225-396-4400.
Maudit.
Thank you to Drake Poisson. Did I say it right? Poisson?
Yes.
Poisson. Thank you to Drake Poisson and all of our friends in Bayou. What's it called? Bayou?
De Large.
De Large. Thank you. Muse. Tigers in the pros. You're going to have very little time because Cade took all
Tigers
of it, but
in the
it
pros.
was worth it.
They still bleed purple and gold.
Waffle.
They're just really rich now.
Waffle.
Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, where Baton Rouge gets engaged.
All right, speed round. So Damian Lewis was carted off the field last night in the Seahawks preseason game. X-rays negative.
Good.
Pete Carroll says he is, quote, very, very fortunate. DJ LeMahieu last night, 2 for 5, couple singles, and a fielding error. The Yankees lost 9-2. They'll be back on the field tonight versus the Blue Jays, and Kevin Gausman will be on the mound for the Jays, 8-9 with a 3.16 ERA. Also on the mound tonight in Philadelphia, well, that's Aaron Nola. You want to know the most Aaron Nola Philadelphia Phillies thing ever? In his last start, he gave up 1 run.
Lost.
Yeah, 1-0 because they didn't score anything for him. He pitched 8 innings. Clean it up, Phillies. Be better.
It's not even worth saying clean it up anymore. They're not going to do it.
That's true. This sucks. Parker Bugg got DFA'd.
Oh!
That's stupid. What? He never even got into a game.
Oh!
The Marlins DFA'd him. They stink. If he clears waivers, he can remain in their organization. He's also eligible for free agency in the minor leagues next season. Cam Sanders got a hold last night, his second of the season. A perfect inning and a third with 2 strikeouts for the Iowa Cubs. That's Tigers of the Pros.
Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Well done, Muse. Way to respect the clock. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. 9 locations in all, but 2 here in the greater Baton Rouge area. A corporate in Bocage, and of course in the Mall of Louisiana. Gentlemen, if you are thinking about a ring, thinking about popping the question, the best place to go is Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, where they've been helping Baton Rouge get engaged for 40 years. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Theriot in studio after Sports Center.
AFR.
Where Theriot will yell, Shawbills! Tire and Auto Service, ShawbillsTire.com. Bumper-to-bumper auto service and name brand tires at wholesale prices. Sometimes during the week it's hard to get that auto service done because you might need your vehicle. No worries. Shawbills can help you. And look, the weekend's a great time to get by there as well. Shawbills is open on Saturday, so you could book your time. You could schedule your service online at ShawbillsTire.com. And I'll remind you, you can sometimes get a lot of work done at Shawbills. They've got, of course, Wi-Fi. Who doesn't? But they've also got a very clean kitchen. They've got workstations. They've got flat screen TVs and comfortable furniture. So a lot of times I'll bring my laptop, my tablet, and I'll get work done at Shawbills if I wait half an hour, whatever it is, for my vehicle. It's any of the Shawbills locations, 18 of them in all. Find the location nearest you at ShawbillsTire.com. Hit the promotions tab right there on the homepage of the website, and you can see all of the different promotions they offer, including the back-to-school promotion, Shawbills, where we keep you rolling.
Bayou Ford has $14,000 off MSRP on a new 2021 Ford F-150. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
This is Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. Deshaun Watson's 11-game suspension opens the door for quarterback Jacoby Brissett, who takes over as the Browns starter. ESPN's Brooke Pryor says Watson's suspension may also open a door for the Steelers.
I've thought that they were being overlooked throughout this preseason because they don't have the headliner at quarterback. Well, now neither does Cleveland, at least for the first 11 games. I think that's significant.
Brooke Pryor on KJ and Max. Braves outfielder Marcell Ozuna arrested on a DUI charge early this morning near Atlanta. Last year, Ozuna was arrested for aggravated assault on his wife. Those charges were dropped after he went through a pretrial diversion program. 47-year-old IndyCar driver Helio Castroneves gets a one-year contract extension with Meyer Shank Racing for next year. Castroneves won his fourth Indy 500 in 2021, tying the all-time record.
The new Venture X card from Capital One. Earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars and 5x miles on flights when you book through Capital One Travel, plus 2x miles on all other purchases. Capital One. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
Boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You picture better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN New Orleans.
This is legit, dude. Check me out. I got camo paint on my face.
Ryan Theriot hitless in 4 at-bats.
When it's 20 degrees, Matt, and you're sitting in a deer stand, it's freezing cold. Okay, you need a beanie on your head.
Our weekly visit with Ryan Theriot is brought to you by Bowie Outfitters. Bowie Outfitters, your home for everything outdoors.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar and Matt. I am sweating. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Woo! We're here. Glad you are as well. Make it a good one. Hey, Brett.
Yeah, Brett.
How are ya?
Doing well.
You fired up?
Doing well. Very fired up.
You know it's tonight. 3 hours away. Yeah, up in the Midwest.
The Cardinals are playing.
Nope. Farther north.
The Brewers?
Near Milwaukee. Not in Milwaukee, but near Milwaukee.
The Cubs. It's close.
Nope, not there. Same state as
the Bears.
Nope. Same state as where Milwaukee is. Wisconsin. In Green Bay.
The Packers
are
playing.
Packers are playing. The Packers are playing the Saints. You jack leg. The Packers are playing Saints' second preseason game is tonight.
The Saints.
Come on, man.
Is anybody going to play in this
game? Yeah. There's going to be a ton of guys. Roster's got paired from 90 to 85. They got a lot of guys out there. You have a ton of guys out there playing football tonight, wearing the black and gold, representing the Houdat Nation, getting after it, trying to earn a roster spot. Dudes fighting for jobs. Tell me you don't like this?
Is the Honey Badger playing?
Probably not.
Is Jarvis playing?
Probably not.
Then I'm not watching.
It's the only reason you would watch.
I really am on the Saints this year because of those two guys.
Okay.
So that's the only reason I'm watching. If they're not playing, I'm not watching.
those two can't be the only two on the field.
Is Jameis playing?
They have teammates.
Is Jameis?
Of course not. Why would you run your freaking starting quarterback who's got a bum wheel right now out there in a preseason game?
Okay.
This is all about guys trying to earn a roster spot.
Okay. What about the running back? The guy that got in the fight that skirted away and didn't get punished.
Alvin Kamara. No.
How he didn't get punished, I don't know.
Well, it hasn't been. The legal proceedings are still going on, and he wasn't the one out there pummeling the guy.
Yeah, guilty by association. But so is he playing or no?
Probably not.
Okay.
You're missing the point.
Well, hold on. I got some other guys that I know.
Okay.
I want to see if they're playing.
Yeah.
What about the DN that's like 50?
Cam Jordan.
Jordan.
Nope, probably not going to play. We're going to get to the Saints-Packers here at the bottom of the hour, though.
Teron Armstead.
He doesn't play for the Saints anymore.
Okay,
he's with the Miami Dolphins.
So he's not playing.
Not playing tonight.
Okay.
Nope, not playing tonight.
All right.
Not playing tonight for the Saints.
What about the DB that got burnt that lost the Super Bowl for him a couple years ago?
Oh, Marcus Williams.
Yeah. Is he?
No, he plays for the Baltimore Ravens.
He's
now.
out.
He's out. Not going to play for the Saints tonight.
But we do have a good one, Lattimore.
Yep. Well, they're different. They're different positions. Marcus Williams, safety. Marshawn Lattimore, cornerback.
Okay. Is he playing?
Probably not. I wouldn't play him tonight. No.
So he's not
Yeah.
playing.
So maybe you should wait until we talk about we are at the bottom of the hour.
Can you tell me who is playing?
At the bottom of the
Okay.
hour when we talk about
I'd
what
love
we're
to know
watching.
that.
The bottom of this hour, 24 minutes from right now, we're going to talk about what we're watching. Saints Packers.
I'd love to know that.
What I'm watching, what I think is interesting in this ball game tonight. I'll delve into that and I'll get your thoughts as well because it sounds like you're really locked in on tonight.
I mean, yeah. I'd love to know why I should watch.
Well, I will tell you that. Well, how was your week there,
Good week.
Mr. The Riot?
Very productive. Really good week. Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but I posted some school pictures this week.
Yeah, I did. I noticed. And I'm okay with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I am.
You're okay with it?
I'm okay because I love the shirt that he was wearing. Monogram, little piece thing right there with his initials. I know Erica did that. It was really cute.
Nope.
No.
Tana Moses. T-Mo.
Miss Moses did
Miss
that.
Moses from St. Jude has a monogram machine, and she monograms Drew's shirts.
Could she monogram hats for us?
Probably.
Let's call Tana.
Probably call Tana there. But there, Drew had his first day of school. So last week on the during the letter, Ryan crushed everybody for their back to school photos. But I don't care that you crushed. I did back to school photos of Drew. So there was Drew on his first day. Actually, we took the picture on Saturday and then posted it,
I'm okay with it because I got a great
And look, there
video.
was me and Drew
Look at you
in his
guys.
classroom. I walked him into school. Erica was at work. So I walked him into school the first day.
Look at his hair. How cute.
Yeah, you like that? I kind of slicked it down a little too much there. I didn't really have a lot of body to it. That's not the right
Go back
thing.
to his hair.
Yeah, there it is. Sorry.
He
My
looks
bad.
like the Back to the Future, the guy on Back to the Future.
George McFly.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's got the McFly.
1950s George McFly.
Hey, Drew. 1950s called. They said they want their haircut
1955. George McFly. That's what he looks like there a little bit. Don't you say that. You know he's watching right now, and you know who's going to be upset. Old Mama Bear. You really upset her last week when you said she doesn't really do anything.
Well, let me say this. I'm okay with these pictures because I got a great video sent to me that made my day.
Mhm.
Drew watching the show. He's the most athletic Moscona.
Claps with his feet.
100%.
He claps with his feet. He can clap his feet and make it sound like that.
Yes.
With his feet. Yep.
Anyone else that can do that.
I know.
But it was a good week, man. There is something that's bothering me a little bit, though. It rained all week, and then we had a few days of nice weather, so people got out in their yards, and I mean, it's been raining almost every day, for the last couple of weeks. So there was a lot going on riding through the neighborhood, and there's something that kind of got my attention. I like to talk a little bit about it.
I would love to hear about it, actually.
Okay. Dear lazy-ass people that put their trash in the from their house, not in bags, but in the front of their
Hold on.
driveway.
Hold on. Wait. Can we have one point of clarification?
Yeah.
Are you talking about, because there are large items that don't fit in the can?
Sure.
What do I do with that? That's got to go on the curb. They have a specific day where they pick that up.
Dear lazy-ass people that put their trash near the street, not in their trash can, and on the curb. Your lack of respect for the men and women who pick up your garbage is mind-blowing. Not only is it a slap in the face to the workers, it's also a direct reflection on how you feel about your neighbors. You obviously could care less about the way your yard and home looks, but you are bringing down the overall look and feel of your neighborhood. Aunt Sally's old wicker furniture from 1980 is not a good look and should not be sitting for 3 weeks in front of your house.
That's a good point.
My wife and I, Jonna, enjoy doing yard work. Actually, she enjoys it a lot more than me, but I go out there and act like I like it. We do most of our yard work ourselves. And I can say with certainty that I have never left tree limbs or plants sitting at the street for someone else to pick up.
What are you going to do with it?
I either put them in the back of my truck or in my trailer, and I bring it to the dump. Why?
I don't have a truck or a trailer.
Why do I do that, Matt? Because I'm not a selfish jerk.
I'm sorry. There is a designated pickup day for large items because not everybody has a truck or a trailer they can bring up to the dump.
I understand that not everyone owns a truck or a trailer, and sometimes there are items that can't fit in your trash can that you need to get rid of.
Okay.
So I'll offer a few options for you to take advantage of.
Please, I would love to hear these.
Obviously, let's start with the first. There is a friend or a family member that you know that probably has a truck or a trailer.
No way.
I've got a truck and multiple trailers.
Not doing it.
And I would love to come help.
I am not going to call a friend to borrow their truck to haul away my trash.
I would come do it for you.
I'm not asking.
Okay.
I'm not asking. You want to know why? Because as a resident of East Baton Rouge Parish, I pay taxes for garbage pickup, which part of that includes a pickup day of large items. I'm not saying you leave it out there for a week and a half, but you drag it out there on Wednesday night to be picked up on Thursday morning.
And what if they don't pick it up?
They pick it up every time. There has never been a time where I bring a large item out there on a Wednesday night where it's still there on Thursday
you're
night.
One of those guys then.
What do you mean
I'm
one of
talking
those
directly
guys?
to you. I didn't even know that. I've struck a nerve. That's you. You bring all your junk to the road.
There is a Thursday pickup of large items intentionally.
You are so selfish.
Selfish?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Stop bringing down the value of your neighborhood.
I'm not bringing down anything.
Stop throwing trash in front of your...
I pay to meticulously keep up my home.
I can't believe you.
I can't believe you. This is the stupidest letter you've ever written.
Not.
Yes, it is. I'm not leaving inside furniture on the lawn for weeks on end. But on Wednesday night, when large items are picked out.
Give me an example.
If there's large boxes, if like you mentioned,
you throw a box out there. What if the wind blows? What if it rains? What if the crap gets everywhere? That happens.
You weigh it down, you dork.
You might weigh it down. Most people don't, Matt.
Well, that ain't me.
Well,
talk to other inconsiderate people.
Yeah.
But on Wednesday nights,
all over the neighborhood.
I go do scone and tea at Oliver Twist. I get home usually around 9 o'clock. When I pull in the driveway, I wheel the trash to the front and any large items that we've been keeping in our garage for the week so we don't leave it on the street.
Okay.
I then bring out on Wednesday night and Thursday morning, it's gone.
What if they don't pick it up?
There has never been a time where items that I brought on Wednesday night are still there on Thursday night.
What if they didn't pick it up?
It's never happened.
Okay, hypothetically speaking.
I would bring it back into my garage.
Perfect. Okay, well, then I'm not talking to you.
I'm so mad at you right now.
Dear people that drive around neighborhoods picking up people's junk that's left at the street.
I gotta tell you a story. Go. Sorry, I gotta tell you a story.
It's all your fault.
This is so good.
If y'all would get a freaking job instead of riding around in a creepy old van or a beat up truck rifling through people's trash to go sell at a local pawn shop, then maybe this crap would stop. From old refrigerators to stoves, desks, kids' toys, bikes, just a few examples.
Oh, by the way,
of the A1 finds for the neighborhood dumpster divers.
The elliptical that I got from Traction, it needs to go. So if anybody wants an old elliptical from Traction that's like 50% functionality, it's in my little shed. I need it gone.
Is that an example of something you would put at the road?
By the way, the only reason it's still in my shed is because I don't know if the trash will pick up that, and I don't want to leave it on the street.
You know what? Good for you.
So that's why it's still sitting in that room.
I appreciate that. But you're different. See, most people would just wheel that out there
100%
in hopes that somebody would take it.
I don't want to just sit that on the front of the street and have them not pick it up, and then it just sits there.
All right, well, good. Well, I'm not talking to you. It's very thoughtful. You're not a selfish jerk.
Look who I'm the guy who tees off on morons who leave their shopping cart in the parking lot. Of course I'm not a selfish jerk.
Sincerely, Ryan.
We're not done with this. We are not done with this in any way. We'll come back, kick rocks, and I got to talk about where's Tom Brady again, because Todd Bowles is now talking about where's Tom Brady. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time.
Or you don't pay a dime.
752-0001. Hey, you know what tomorrow is?
Saturday.
Saturday is part of the
weekend.
So a lot of places, businesses, what do they do at the weekend?
They shut down.
They shut down. A lot of businesses do that, don't they?
Absolutely.
That's why we have the weekend. You work for 5 days, you take a couple days off. You know what River City's 1 Hour Air does?
That's when they really get going.
They work. Well, they really get going all the time, but they work.
So your if AC I had goes an out issue like on Saturday, Sunday, I could call them.
AC goes out tomorrow. Who do you call? River City's 1 Hour Air.
About Sunday?
River City's 1 Hour Air. They came out to my house on Easter Sunday. You say, well, that's because you advertised. No. I called the phone number, 752-0001. They always have a human being answering the phone, and someone came to my house on Easter Sunday.
What if I was a real estate agent and had a walkthrough? I'm trying to sell a home, but it's brutal. On a Sunday, and like an inspection is happening. I can call them at the drop of a dime. They can make it happen.
River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001. Always on time, or you don't pay a dime.
So back to school in style with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Corval Toyota in Opelousas. It's an easy process, and vehicles are getting to our lot weekly. Make the decision now or reserve your new Toyota today. Come on down to Corval Toyota in Opelousas. That's Happy Town, USA.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Until it uptown, pass it till it uptown, pass it, get the gag, get the gag, get the gag. Until it downtown, pass it till it downtown, pass it, get the gag, get the gag, get the gag. Until it east shoot, pass it till it east shoot, pass it, get the gag, get the gag, get the gag. Until it west bank, pass it till it west bank, pass it, see.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Oh, you know where I'm going to be tomorrow?
Rouse's.
10 to noon. Bourbon pop-up. Looking forward to it. They're going to have Pappy. They're going to have...
Right over here?
Rouse's on Long Farm. So by Antioch.
Oh, not right here.
Not right here.
'Cause I was going to go, so I'd go see you.
Come hang out. 10
Well,
to
I'm not
noon.
going to go that far, but if it was right there by my house, I'd go.
It's right by my house.
I know.
It's really easy. But a couple weeks ago, they did one at Denham. I went out to Denham for it.
Wow.
Like, they give you free samples of, like, awesome... I mean, we're talking, like, 10-year Van Winkle, the 12-year Lot B, Stagg Jr., Thomas H. Handy. Last time they had Weller 12. I mean, they're pouring some legit stuff. Michter's 10. I mean, they had some, like, legit allocated unicorn stuff they're letting people drink for free.
Like cheese and crackers. You know, I used to go to like Sam's and they'd have like the things where they just give stuff away, and you could legit get a whole meal just walking around getting samples.
Yeah, all the samples.
They don't do that.
They may have samples tomorrow of stuff, but this is just the whiskey pop up. So, in conjunction with Eagle 98.1, I'll be out there tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. So that's Rouse's Long Farm, 10 to noon tomorrow, and as long as they have it. I mean, the one in Denham, they had like 300 people there, like when it started.
Does anybody go?
Crazy.
Do they just go to get hammered over there?
I don't think you're going to get hammered on small samples.
Could you? I mean, if you drank enough of it, though, you could.
Well, I mean, but if there's a lot of people,
just go get back in line.
You could, I guess. I guess you could, yeah. Or maybe they'll give you a few tastes of different things. You're not going to get hammered on that. It's more you're tasting.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. Hey, yesterday on the show, I did kind of mention, like, where's Tom Brady? It's amazing to me that the greatest football player ever goes AWOL during training camp. And nobody really talks about it.
Nobody says a thing.
It's crazy that the dude's been gone for more than a week now. And it's just like, why isn't this round-the-clock coverage? It's just very bizarre to me. Well, the Bucs head coach, Todd Bowles, did yesterday during his media availability, or maybe this was today. It was either yesterday or today, yesterday after the show or this morning, that he had media availability and was asked about when Tom Brady will be back.
We'll see. We'll talk about it next week. I'm not concerned about it right now. We're trying to practice against Tennessee and play a game. I said sometime after Tennessee. There's no definitive date for me, but we'll check on it, and we'll keep in touch, and we'll find out.
I mean, I get it. If you don't have a definitive date, you're just going to, like, brush it aside. But it's Tom Brady, not with your team.
Right.
If you don't have Tom Brady, it fundamentally changes everything Tampa is. And I'm getting more and more and more bullish on the Saints in this division. I think this is the end of the road for Tom Brady and Tampa. I think this is going to be I don't want to overstate it and say it's going to be a disaster season, like a 3-win season. I'm not saying that. I just don't think that this season is going to be the 11-12 win season that people are thinking it might be for Tampa Bay with a division championship and potential NFC championship. I mean, they're the odds-on favorite to win the NFC, and I get it because it's Tom Brady. Why the odds makers would put that there, but I think I would go under on Tampa. I'm getting more and more bullish on New Orleans every passing day. By the way, one more from Todd Bowles.
Coach, does Tom Brady watch the practice film and shoot a little feedback to coaches? Or is he just completely
we're just worried about our practice with Tennessee. Tom's not involved with the coaches. We practice on our own.
Not involved at all. Not watching films, not talking to the coaches, not involved, just not there. I'm sure Tom Brady could walk in the day of the first game and still be awesome, but he's 45 years old. You got 3 new interior offensive linemen. Russell Gage is a new weapon. Chris Godwin's coming off an injury. Julio Jones is there now. He's coming off the worst season of his career. Same with Kyle Rudolph. You think Tom Brady's going to walk? You think he's going to quit again?
Okay. I think that coach is going to get fired though if he keeps acting. It just seemed like he was a little pissed at Tom, didn't it? That last comment.
Bruce Arians, who there's some who think that Tom basically got Bruce Arians' run. I mean, conspiracy theory, believe what you want, but Bruce Arians now is back working with the quarterbacks that are there. I mean, they were assuming Tom Brady's not there. So now Bruce Arians, who's an offensive guy, has kind of come out of his off the field role and is working with the quarterbacks again right now out of necessity. It's crazy, man. It is crazy what's going on in Tampa.
Yeah, I'm getting a little Homer field take from you right there. I mean, like it's almost like you're wanting them to be bad. But here's Tom Brady, man. Like
here's how I said it. I understand I'm timing the jump, right? But it's inevitable for everyone. Like you're going to have the end comes for everyone.
True.
And this is a season where I think Tom Brady and Tampa have a lot of variables. There are just a lot of variables involved here. And some of them are probably going to go fine, but some of them are not. And I think that this is it. I've said I think this is going to be like Brett Favre went to Minnesota. They were in the NFC Championship game against the Saints in 2009. He was going to retire. He decided to come back one more time, give it one more go, and it was a terrible season. They went 6-10 that year. He got hurt. It was just bad. Like, it feels like that's what's manifesting right now in Tampa. That's what it feels like to me anyway. All right, we're brought to you by GMFS Mortgage, gmfsmortgage.com. Changing lives since 1999. Home buy, refi, construction loans. Get to the website, y'all, gmfsmortgage.com. Hit the loan officers tab. Find the loan officer near you. Offices all over Louisiana. So if you're buying, building, refinancing, maybe you want to do a home improvement project, a cash-out refinance is a great option. GMFS Mortgage can help. The #1 local lender in Louisiana. They're the number 11 lender for USDA loans in the country. GMFSmortgage.com. GMFS Mortgage, changing lives. And if you like Tampa Bay, you can kick rocks.
It's now time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rock.
Presented by Roto-Rooter Plumbing.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at? Kick rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Theriot actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
My good friend and business partner, Richard Tilley.
Ah, heard of him, yeah.
With Hudco.
Great diet, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Huge hamburger steak for lunch today.
Was it that or was it the fried catfish smothered in etouffee?
Yeah, probably, but that was brunch.
On rice? On a bed of rice?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
White rice.
With fries?
Yeah, and a Coke.
And a Coke.
Wash it down with a
iced
Coke.
tea.
No, he goes Coke. More times than not.
Original Coke?
Yeah.
Does
old
anybody
school.
still drink Coca-Cola Classic?
Richard Tilley does.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I was like, give me a Coke. And the lady's like, what? What's that?
Coke?
Yeah, give
You
me one of
mean Diet Coke?
Coke Zero?
You mean Coke Zero? Coke Zero sugar?
Yeah. No.
No. Coca-Cola Classic. It's like, I didn't know anybody still drank that.
Give me the diesel.
Yeah.
Hey, Tilley is really excited about Mardi Gras this year. So excited that he has already reserved a balcony and the whole deal, wants to do a Hudco party. It's a great idea. He wants to get Hudco hats. Matter of fact, we ordered 1,000 of them.
I know.
We'll talk about that here in a little while.
Hey, bro, I just did what I was told.
Yeah.
All right? Was told we need hats, get 1,000 of them. I ordered 1,000 hats.
Yeah. So,
Shout out Kerry Cuglielmo.
For real. So he wants to get hats, cups, and Hudco beads made, and he wants to throw Hudco swag from the balcony in Mardi Gras.
Got it.
My boys.
Love the idea.
I don't know if it's midlife crisis or what, but he's fired up.
Let's do it.
Okay. Well, I got some bad news, Tilly.
Oh, no.
LaToya the Destroyer down in New Orleans is at it again. Mayor LaToya Cantrell says Mardi Gras 2023 could be called off because of NOPD staffing issues. The comment was made during a little town hall meeting last night in Lakeview. Hey, Mayor Cantrell, maybe if you wouldn't take lavish trips all over the country, spending this hard-earned tax dollars all over the world, spending hard-earned tax dollars from the NOLA residents, maybe you could afford to hire some more police officers. Clown show. What an absolute disaster that is. Kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Dodgers.
They're going to have Mardi Gras. Well, that sounds as stupid as when, who's the mayor? Or the governor? Edwards. Remember when Edwards was saying there wasn't going to be an LSU season? Remember that when he said there weren't going to be an LSU football season? It's like if we don't fund the university, we have to cut classes. Some of these students don't get to take their classes. There won't be a football season. It's like, you're such a moron. Like, why would you play that card? Don't be stupid. Like the single biggest economic driver in the city and state is LSU football. You can tell me there's not going to be a season? Shut up.
Who are you kidding?
I hate politicians.
Oh.
Jesus. Of course there's going to be Mardi Gras.
Hey,
so stupid.
It might just be in Baton Rouge. Hey, I don't know how to say this guy's name. I hope it's right. Dodgers TV host David, I think it's Veser. Is it David Vassegh? Vassegh.
I don't know, but I know what you're talking about, so go ahead.
When you go to Milwaukee at the Brewers Stadium, there's the slide out in the outfield. It's called Bernie's Slide.
Bernie's Slide.
Yep.
Bernie the Brewer.
Bernie's got a slide, and when they hit a homer or do something, Bernie slides down the slide out in left field. Pretty cool. I've slid down this slide.
Oh, really?
100%.
Oh.
Yes, I have.
Did you smash into the wall and break a rib like this jackleg did?
You know who else has slid down this slide? David Vassegh. And he suffered 7 broken bones after sliding down the slide.
Bro.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
Oh, gosh.
There is no doubt he broke ribs. I mean, he had to be going at least 20 miles an hour down that slide and just crashed into a wall. I mean, just exposed rib cage while wearing a tie. Like, I'm all look, you know me. I'm all for the show. I'm for a bit. I'm all for doing something that's going to be attention and for the show and be entertaining. I'm all for it. You can't be an idiot, though. Like, you can't go down this slide. By the way, how did you not hit that wall? So you went down the slide. The wall's there?
Oh, I hit the wall.
You hit the wall?
Yeah.
So how did you not break 7 ribs or 7 bones?
Everybody hits the wall. That's why the padding is right there. I don't know how that was his second time going down. The first time, everything was fine. He should have stopped there. Did it again.
Got a little confident?
5 broken ribs and 2 broken bones in his wrist.
Ooh.
You can kick rocks, Dave.
Kick rock.
Mr. Glass. Drink your milk. Drink your milk, bro. Clean it up. Last one. Way to go, Fox. Stay hot. They've hired Urban Meyer to host the Big Noon Kickoff. Now, I actually liked him on it before.
Yeah,
I thought he was
really
actually pretty good.
He's really good. Stay in your lane.
Yeah, no, it's good. I wonder if it comes with like an OnlyFans subscription or something. Like, if he's gonna like have a college age or girl with him next to him the whole time. Like, I don't know how that's gonna play out or work, or is he gonna do that deal or what? But I mean, I think they're walking a fine line here, Fox. But I appreciate you for trying, and he's a guy. Get him back in the game.
Get on down the road and kick rock.
All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. When we come back, I'll tell you what I'm watching.
Okay.
Saints and Packers. And we'll find out what Theriot's interested in the ball game tonight as well. Ask Ryan in 15 minutes, so start to line up your questions. Email us, tweet us, jump in the Byford YouTube chat, or text us, 396-4400, 225-396-4400. Saints, Packers, what to look for, what to watch next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Pluckers. By the way, you need a place to watch Saints Packers tonight?
Yeah.
Pluckers. Actually sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
I've been eating really clean lately.
I can tell you look good.
Thank you. I wasn't going to say it, but I am. But I'm thinking about really just going to Pluckers tonight and blowing it.
You ought to. And that's your cheat day.
Just go get like a dozen wings.
Some queso. You could get a salad. You can eat good there. Their salads are actually really good.
Salads are very good.
Yeah.
I love the blue cheese Cobb salad.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But that's not what I'm talking about tonight. I'm talking about watching Saints Packers, getting some draft beer, a few Stellas on draft maybe.
Mm-hmm.
20 wings.
20 wings?
Why not? Fries.
Jeez.
Queso.
Get it in you.
Get it.
Big dunk.
It's my favorite binge meal in the world.
Ooh.
Well, when I'm ready to go, Pluckers. Nicholson or Bluebonnet. Dine in, carry out, or delivery. Remember, Pluckers. If you don't like our wings, we'll give you the bird.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank & Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank & Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge. Innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Brett Durand sent me a picture. Look at what's on his street corner, on his curb.
Yep, lazy, rude people.
2 big trash cans and boxes off the top of them and all that stuff. That does not look good going down the street.
No.
I'm going to say it again. Theriot did his letter earlier, and he teed off on what he called lazy, rude people who leave piles of trash in front of their house. And I told you, look, and one more, by the way. This was from Jason Jobs, who said, talk about privilege to have your large items picked up regularly with a laughing emoji. Excuse me. Privilege?
That is privilege.
That is a service literally offered to anyone in East Baton Rouge Parish. I'm a tax-paying resident of East Baton Rouge Parish. And on Thursdays, our pickups are Monday and Thursday. And on Thursday, you leave large items out that they pick up. And you're right. Usually, the little people who come through the neighborhood to go dig, what do you call them, like dumpster divers or whatever you call them?
Neighborhood dumpster divers.
The neighborhood dumpster divers come get everything. Dude, there was one time. So the people who owned our house before we did had patio pots, right? Like pots.
Like a plant little.
Yeah, planters, pots. They had the gobs of them. And some of them were pretty and ornate, and also we kept some, but there was so many. So I brought them to the front, and like 20 minutes later, there's a knock on the door. Some woman, like, can I have all those pots? I'm like, please take them. So she had to like call her son, who had a truck, to come pick up all of them. She sat in front of our house waiting.
She's the problem. She didn't want anybody else to take them.
She didn't want anybody else to take them. Exactly. She didn't want anybody to take them. I was floored. Anyway, but I do need to do something with that elliptical, though. Can you help me?
Yes, I would love to help.
Okay.
Where
are you going to take it?
I'm going to go find a dumpster. I may have a dumpster at a job site that I can throw it in. Probably
That's big,
do.
Bro. I don't know. It's
yeah,
heavy,
man.
Too.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But I'm not going to put it.
So there was a broken elliptical at Traction. It was in like a shed, and you gave it to me a couple of years ago. It plugs in, but the lift, the incline doesn't work anymore.
Right.
It doesn't go up or down. So it's just like the level thing. I used it. Anyway, I have a Peloton now, so I don't use it anymore. It's taking up a lot of space, and so I need it gone. But I like you said, I wasn't just going to put it out in front of the house.
No. Yeah, I'll come help you. I'd love to.
Unless if somebody wants it, and then you could bring it to that person.
Sure.
Okay. I'm not having like randoms coming to my house. Someone's not just coming to my house to like pull up and take an elliptical away.
Will you let some random come and get all the pots in front of your yard?
No, but I mean like nobody. But that was just a lady who was driving through the neighborhood. I'm not worried about her.
In other words, a random. I mean.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if someone messaged me, like, hey, I'll come to your house and take your like the ones that got
super
Glenn?
creepy.
Remember Glenn?
Yeah.
Remember old Glenn?
Yeah.
Glenn who wanted to like take me to lunch?
Yeah.
Like
with a little wink emoji after.
Yeah,
I'll come. Yeah,
right. Probably a super nice.
And I'll tie you up in my basement.
Glenn. Well, probably a super nice, harmless guy. But at the same time, like if I'm actually gonna go do lunch with somebody, it's probably not gonna be Glenn who's staring through my window. Poor Glenn. All right, Saints and the Packers. We're going to do Ask Ryan in about 5 minutes. What are you watching tonight, Saints Packers? I'll go first.
Please do.
I'm going to give you my number one.
All right.
It's Zach Bond. Zach Bond.
Is he a linebacker?
Linebacker.
I got him.
3rd round pick from Wisconsin. I've said it several times. I'm willing to give the 2020 draft picks a mulligan on their rookie years because it was a COVID year. Look, some 2020 draft picks have done awesome. And look, Joe Burrow's one of them, right? He's been phenomenal. But some guys probably needed rookie minicamp, and they needed OTAs. They needed time to come along. They didn't really get a rookie year. So I'm willing to be patient with a guy like Zach Bond, who the Saints are asking to do something that he's not typically doing. I mean, he was an edge rusher, and they're asking him to play an inside backer and drop into coverage, and he probably just needs some development. Look, he's back in Wisconsin where he played his college ball. It's a big opportunity for him. You could look around. I mean, when I look at like John Bostic, who they just brought in, who's played a ton of football, you know Demario Davis is locked in, and you know Pete Werner is locked in as a starter. You need some depth at linebacker. I really, really want Zach Bond to work out. The same way I'm looking at guys like Adam Troutman, that whole Cesar Ruiz, that whole 2020 rookie class. I need him to step up big this year, and I think this is a big, big opportunity for Zach Bond in a place where he's comfortable and familiar.
I mean, it really doesn't matter if he's playing in Wisconsin or not. I think you're looking at him because you know that the Saints only have one linebacker.
They got two. They have two good starting linebackers.
Are you talking about
Demario
Pete?
Davis is elite. Demario Davis is an all-pro.
I'm going to give you that.
Pete Werner proved Pete Werner's development a year ago is why they were comfortable letting Quan Alexander walk. I'm fine with Pete Werner as the number 2, like next to Demario. I'm perfectly fine with Pete Werner.
Man. Okay. What's next? Because I'm going to watch that too.
What are you watching?
The fact that he stinks. He stunk last year. He was a terrible pick. Demario Davis is a great player, and I love the headband, the man of God thing, and all that. And my mom taught him at Broadmoor Elementary for 1 year. Then he moved back to Mississippi.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I'm on him. I like him.
Yeah,
He's my guy.
Yeah.
Pete stinks.
He does not stink.
He's not that good.
You are objectively wrong about Pete Werner. Pete Werner is a good
average.
He was a 2nd round pick, and he just came off his rookie season.
Average.
And he was good enough. Look, if you're a starter in the NFL, you're better than average. And he was good enough to make them punt Quan Alexander, who, when he was healthy, was really good.
Right, but he left because he was broken. You know that.
Quan couldn't stay healthy.
I love Quan.
But that was Quan's that's been Quan's whole story, his whole career, even at LSU.
Yeah, good guy.
A lot of people are saying they want to see the receivers. That's irrelevant. You know who your receivers are.
Okay, who you got?
It's Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry, Chris Olave. You've got those 3.
Now Thomas is off the PUP list, right?
Yeah, he's been practicing with them. He's fine.
Like practicing with the team.
Yeah, he's fine.
So he's good.
Yes, but you've got 5 receivers. It's Thomas, Jarvis Landry, Chris Olave, and then you're going to have Deontay Hardy, Marquez Callaway. Like, those are your 5 receivers. I respect Kirk Merritt. I respect the fact Traquan Smith, we're finally going to be rid of him forever.
He can't catch.
He's terrible. Yeah, I respect the fact that these other guys are really – that's just a deep position where there isn't a job to be had. They're all auditioning for other teams at this point. I am curious to see what starters we see. You know, are we going to get to see Trevor Penning? He's not a starter, but some of the young guys, Penning, Olave, Peyton Turner, the first-round pick from a year ago. We're going to get to see him maybe run around, maybe make some plays. Kind of looking forward to seeing that.
So Peyton Turner is the lineman?
He was a defensive lineman, yeah.
Yeah, defensive lineman.
From a year ago, was basically hurt the whole season.
Yeah, he didn't play last year. Now, wouldn't you let the young guys play, though? Chris Olave?
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter when they were drafted, you want to see them and see what they can do and get out there. Okay, so I'll be interested to watch that then. That'll be something I like the Olave kid. I do. He's a good player. I think. And time will tell who's going to be throwing him the ball, right? Like they're throwing it to the team, with the right fleur-de-lis on the helmet type deal. But we'll see. Time will tell. There.
You looking for anything?
Everything you said. I think it's great.
Got it.
Some good stuff to look for.
Got it.
Punter. We got him back, too.
Well, Blake Gillikin was the punter a year ago. He's the same guy.
Oh. I thought or the kicker? Field goal kicker?
Lutz.
Lutz is back.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd like to see that.
Yep, good.
I'll look for that.
Running backs, too. Abram Smith had a big fumble last week inside the 5.
But he's not going to make the team.
Probably not. Yeah. Not after that, but I'm hopeful anyway. Okay, Saints and Packers, 7 o'clock. 45 minutes. We'll go to up to Green Bay. Graff will be with us. Graff, by the way, was at the Brewers game against the Dodgers yesterday. Todd Graffagnini, not Steffi Graff. Todd, not Steffi Graff.
Say, we got Steffi Graff coming on? This is going to be big.
He said Steffi Graff.
I mean, what other Graff do you know?
Todd Graffagnini.
Okay, why didn't you say Todd Graffagnini?
Because everybody calls him Graff.
I thought you were talking about Steffi Graff.
It's after further review.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Baton Rouge General Hospital, brgeneral.org. No, tennis legend Steffi Graff is not coming on the show. brgeneral.org for the Baton Rouge General Hospital, part of the Mayo Clinic Care Network. Tell you that every single day. It's always nice to highlight, though. It's healthcare expertise from the Mayo Clinic, where your physician here at the Baton Rouge General gets to collaborate with the experts at the Mayo Clinic. Whatever specialist and whatever specialization that you need specifically, your physician here gets clinical collaboration and access to all of their world-renowned research at the Mayo Clinic. It is the Mayo Clinic Care Network. Baton Rouge General has the exclusivity on those honors here in the Baton Rouge area, and it is at no extra cost to you. If you want to learn more, you can do so at brgeneral.org. It's right there on the homepage, brgeneral.org. That's the Baton Rouge General Hospital. brgeneral.org, part of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Ford has $14,000 off MSRP on a new 2021 Ford F-150. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Kids have staked out their place at Auctioner Medical Complex The Grove, where more than 30 pediatricians and pediatric specialists are all conveniently located under one roof, so you can spend less time driving and more time keeping your kids well. Yes! It's no wonder kids call dibs at The Grove. Auctioner Health Center for Children.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at Revelry.
Do you know what that mean, man? I-N-D-E-P-E-N-D-E-N-T. Do you know what that mean? She got her own house. She got her own car. 2 jobs, work hard. You a bad bro.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
So I think we have a final ruling today that for the LSU-Florida State game, Whiskey and Wine will be at Don Juan Cigar Bar. There had been some talk about us maybe doing the show from New Orleans, or was it going to be here or there, and I think today we do now have finality that even though it's a Sunday night, stay hot news. What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, went away.
It's a ghost. There's ghosts in this building.
There are ghosts.
That's true.
That is true. This is a haunted building.
Mm-hmm.
Don Juan Cigar Bar. All right, get your questions in for Ask Theriot. You can ask Theriot anything about anything. We'll talk in 10 minutes. We'll get Theriot's take on Miles Brennan ending his career. We've not yet had a chance to talk to Ryan about that since Miles made that announcement on Monday. And I guess sort of an interesting parallel with Miles, considering how your playing career ended. I want to talk about that as well. It was a big reunion last week in San Francisco that you missed.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in about 10 minutes. Oh, Jordan Gray said, I'll gladly throw Hutco stuff for you at Mardi Gras. He's in Toth. So give it to me, I'll throw it.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. All right, get your questions in for Theriot. Email us, matt@1045espn.com. You can tweet me at Matt Moscona.
Hey, Twitter world.
Thank you, Juice. You can jump in the Bayou Forward YouTube chat, the Watch 1045 ESPN YouTube channel. Or you can text me the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Chris Broussard. Well, he just said ask Theriot with a laughing emoji.
What does that mean?
Jack Nunnally said Theriot was right. This has been on the corner for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, that's what people do. They just put toilets like that. That happens. That's a thing. And that's lazy. Stop being a jerk.
You want to describe to our audience what that is?
A toilet.
It's a toilet.
Sitting by the street.
It's the porcelain. Like someone took the porcelain bowl and just set it on the street corner.
Yes.
2 weeks. Yes. It's disappointing.
I'm telling you, man, it's a real thing.
Josh Spears just sent me this. In traffic. He's behind a River Cities 1 hour air van.
In traffic? What if it's late? If they're in traffic? Somebody's getting some free AC work.
I think they're just at a red light. It's actually red light. All right, let's get to Ask Ryan. Get your questions in for Theriot. You can ask anything about anything. Jeremy Chesson. Ask Ryan if he can pronounce this name. Poincot.
Can I see it?
Yeah, at the bottom.
Poinka.
Poisson. We learned that last hour.
Poisson.
There's a guy, Drake Poisson. I didn't know how to say it. We asked Cade, our resident Kunas, to come in. Turns out they're from the same part of the Bayou.
He knew the guy.
Bayou, some Dulars. Yes, they actually knew each other. They grew up in the same place. Austin Berneman asked Ryan, what's your go-to beer at Pluckers?
I'd probably do like a Michelob Ultra or something. Pluckers.
John Coffey asked Ryan, was there an MLB team you would have loved to play for but never got the chance? If so, why did you love that team?
I would have loved to have played for the Astros because they were my favorite team growing up.
Ray Cabin asked Ryan, best way to cook backstrap?
Probably fry it. I'm a big fried backstrap fan.
Travis Rose asked Ryan, is Chase Richard the best coach in the Traction organization?
Oh, man, Chase Richard is a stud. He's a good coach. We got a lot of good coaches. I'm not going to say he's like the best, but he's a heck of a coach.
Tony Moore asked Ryan, favorite ballpark you ever played in?
I loved playing the old Alec Box. Let's go there.
Sean Comiskey asked Ryan, should Aaron Nola demand a trade?
This is we could take a whole segment with that. I think if you put Aaron on a team that was actually good, we would be talking about, like Hall of Fame type numbers, possibly at the end of his career, because he gets 0 run support, pitches from behind the whole time, it seems like. I mean, he's way, and his numbers are great, but he's way better than what his numbers show.
All right, hour number 3 is coming up right after Sports Center. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that, but I do want to get Ryan's thoughts on Miles Brennan ending his career. We'll talk a little LSU football when we come back right after Sports Center.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020, 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com. If you need eye care, eyewear, or eye surgery, Williamson Eye Center does it all. The eye care part, family eye exams. Gotten your annual eye exam yet this year?
Yeah, I actually went and got physical.
Your eye exam?
Yeah, well, they do it there. Like, hey, read the thing, and I got it. I mean, what if I can read this stuff? Am I good? No?
Okay. Got to do the glaucoma test and everything. Also, eyewear. You need glasses. Buy one pair of glasses, get your second pair 50% off all this month.
Half price.
Half price.
Wow, what if you get 3?
I didn't ask. At the Williamson Eye Center. And eye surgery. Of course, no matter your age or your refractive issue, if you want to see 20/20 without contacts or glasses,
LASIK.
Williamson Eye Center.
Yeah, do it.
924-2020. 924-2020 or WilliamsonEye.com.
There it is, the extra mile on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Jacoby Brissett is the starting quarterback for the Browns while Deshaun Watson serves his 11-game suspension. Brissett says he'll have to prove every day that he deserves that job. As for Watson's suspension, ESPN's Robert Griffin III says this is a missed chance for the league.
I thought the NFL had an opportunity to truly stand up and say, listen, we've learned from our mistakes in the past when it comes to standing up for women, and I thought the NFL failed miserably.
Robert Griffin III on Greeny. Nebraska will have Casey Thompson at quarterback to start the season next week against Northwestern in Dublin, Ireland. Thompson is a transfer from Texas who led the Big 12 with 24 touchdown passes last season. Meanwhile, the Longhorns named Quinn Ewers their starting quarterback for the opener against Louisiana Monroe. Ewers transferred from Ohio State. Mark DeRosa, who played on the Giants' 2010 World Series championship team, will be the manager for Team USA at the World Baseball Classic in March. DeRosa played for 8 teams in his 16-year big league career.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. If you're a renter, make sure you're protected. Renter's insurance includes options that cover stolen property, personal injury, and living expenses if your place is damaged. Quote Renter's Insurance at Progressive.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Please, sir. I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hour 3 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
All O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
So. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. Yeah, Rip.
Hey, Rip.
You'll be happy to know that the mayor of New Orleans, Mayor Cantrell, has put out a statement saying they are not canceling Mardi Gras.
Oh, good. Thanks. You think? If the reason why you may cancel is because you don't have enough police officers, don't you think that the people that are actually doing it, like do the floats and everything, how are they going to stop them from doing Mardi Gras if you don't have enough police officers? They're just going to do it anyway.
Well, martial law, maybe. Well, no, I mean, obviously the reason she had to put out a statement, though, is like, Mardi Gras is an international event. People come from all over the world for Mardi Gras, and they make plans, I would assume, months in advance. When the mayor of the city says you might have to cancel an event, I would imagine there's probably a pretty significant amount of melt from the Tourism Bureau saying, excuse me, Mayor, not a great idea to say you might be canceling the most famous
Excuse me, Mayor. Shut up. Can we do that? But you know what? Listen, and I'm gonna retract what I said about her and everything I said about her because she is who she is, and there's the people that really need to kick rocks are the ones that voted for her. That's the people that need to kick rocks.
Last week you missed another big event. 10 years ago, you scored the game-winning run in the World Series. For those that, if you're here when we start the 4 o'clock hour, you hear Joe Buck's call. Here comes Theriot. The throw is not in time. Scudero delivers, and the Giants lead at 4-3 in the 10th. That was the last play of your baseball career. It was Game 4 of the World Series in Detroit. The Giants swept the Tigers, and Ryan scored the game-winning run in extra innings on course, was the DH. First time you DH'd in your life. Mm-hmm. Got a hit to get on base, was advanced to second, scored on Scudro's hit. And then you never played baseball again. It was interesting because you didn't go to the championship parade. Now, I know you, and I can tell this is making you uncomfortable just me talking about this. I know you, and I know why you would have no interest really in being in a championship parade. But for most people, I would think like they would love the opportunity to be in a championship parade, right? I mean, it's a big part of it. You decided to come back to Louisiana and go to the LSU-Alabama game.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, was not the same day as the parade.
It seemed like it was.
But again, it was funny because KNBR, which...
But they actually got that wrong. I think it was because the parade was actually the same day as the game. But there was 2 days in between the end of the game and then the parade in San Francisco.
Okay. But the point being, you did not go to the championship parade.
Correct.
With your teammates. You came here and you watched LSU lose to Bama on the Yeldon play. Anyway, KNBR wrote a story on Ryan, and the title of it was Ryan Theriot slid into home for the World Series, clinching run, then he walked away. And it's basically about how you left baseball after that and sort of what you're doing now, et cetera. And then the Giants had a 10-year reunion this weekend for that team, and you didn't go to that either.
Right? Yeah.
Why? Why don't you want to do any of this stuff?
I mean, I do want to do that stuff. But I mean, it's not like, is it important? Would it be fun to go do that and hang out with those guys? Absolutely. I mean, look, I talked to Boach for a long time last week, and a few of the coaches and a few of the players, well, a lot of the players, and I still keep in touch with those guys. And would it be fun? Yes, but school started last week. Right. And, the girls had 2 soccer games. And, I mean, there's things that are going on that are important to me, For a long time, I did things that were important to me, and missed things that were important to others. And so, I just made it a point that once I was done playing ball, I wasn't going to, ever do that again. I don't hold any ill will or feelings toward those guys. I mean, I would love to do it, but other stuff going on.
Do you think you'll go to the 20-year?
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Why?
Well, that time, I mean, they're going to need my autograph on a lot of the stuff, So, I mean, people don't realize it, but, they have – I'm hoping the Giants don't win another one, and that's like an important one, and then I'll be like the last autograph to get on the ball or whatever, and it'll be worth more.
So you told me who gave you that advice? You told me someone gave you that advice.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
Was it Albert?
Maybe one of those. Yeah. No, I think it might have been Tony. I think it was Tony.
He said don't sign anything because there are collectors that want a championship ball or whatever, some item signed by everybody on the team. Well, if you're the only one that's on the ball, then you can
name your price.
You can name your price for the autograph. So did you do the same thing in St. Louis? You didn't sign anything?
No, I did. I signed everything in St. Louis. I went to the parade in St. Louis.
Okay.
But it didn't conflict with a football game. I mean, it was perfect. It was easy, and we did it. Yeah.
Well, it was an interesting parallel, and I thought about this because we got the news that Miles Brennan was ending his football career. And Miles kind of reminds me, in many respects, personality-wise, of you. And as well as I mean, you and I, we've known each other a long time, and we never talk about your career. Like, we really don't ever talk about, do we? I mean, really ever. I mean, that's not where our mutual interests align while we're friends. But it is interesting, and I don't know if you agree, but while I look at it and I go, I see a guy that poured so much into football in Miles Brennan, right? I mean, he battled injuries, and he was willing to be patient while Joe Burrow was here, and he didn't leave, and he was loyal, and he worked so hard, and he gained all this weight where that was such a conversation piece for so long with him, and he battled and battled and battled, and finally got to the point where he just said, you know what, I'm okay just walking away right now. Could Miles Brennan have transferred and gone and played somewhere else? Like, people keep asking, why didn't he go play at a JUCO, or why didn't he go play at FCS? Could he maybe play in the XFL? Sure, he could. Mm-hmm. But he's done. He's just done. I don't know, man. It kind of reminded me a little bit of you walking away. And so it was sort of this kind of obvious question or point about when does an athlete know it's just time to be done?
You know, you said something in the beginning of that. You know, he poured so much into it, and obviously he did. I mean, choosing to come here, he was a 5-star, you know, kind of looking like you may, or he was
an Elite 11 guy. He was a 4-star, but yeah.
4-star. Okay, I'm close.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he was when he came here, there was a lot of fanfare.
Yeah, it was a big prospect, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then it looked like he was going to get his shot, and then Burrow is the guy all of a sudden, you know. But yeah, I mean, you're right. When you have poured that much into it, and then it just doesn't quite work out, you do reach a point where mentally you just go, man, there's got to be something else. I want to go do something else. I'm ready to go do something else. When it turns into a job and it's just not that much fun anymore. And I think we all know the Brennan family and what he, you know, from a financial standpoint, and they've got a couple restaurants and do okay. So, you know, there's probably other things that he's been thinking about. The guy just got engaged, you know, and so what do you do for the rest of your life? I mean, yeah, I'm going to go play in the XFL. Okay, there's no future there. I'm going to go play JUCO football. Okay, there's no future there. I mean, if he's got his head screwed on straight and football doesn't define him as a person, then this guy's going to be fine. And actually probably the gorilla's off his back and he feels like, you know, $1 million right now. So I commend him. Hats off to him. So
how will you remember Miles's career? We've talked about this all week. It's just the first time you've had a chance to. Like, how will you remember his career, or will you think positively of his time here?
I'll definitely think positively of his time
It's
here.
so weird for a guy who really played so little.
Yeah, he didn't. I mean, I feel like when he played, he put up good numbers. You know, he passed for a ton of yards and they scored a bunch of touchdowns, but, you know, just never really got a chance, whether it be circumstances, injuries, other players. I mean, I think it's definitely a positive, but I mean, was he a good Tiger? Yeah, I mean, he chose to come back and all that stuff, but didn't really play a whole lot.
I think it does say a lot about him, though, that there's this much conversation about him when he actually played so little. I mean, he played as a freshman in 2017, and then he redshirted in 18. He was Joe's backup in 19, so in some of those blowouts, he got in late. Obviously played 3 games in 20 before he got injured, threw for 300 yards or in each of his 3 starts, then didn't play the rest of the season, didn't play it all last year, and now his career is done. It's just so interesting for a guy who played so little. And I think, by the way, I think this is a positive. It speaks a lot about him, maybe his character, the way that he did carry himself, that so many people were pulling for him and think fondly of him when he played so little.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll be remembered positively because of that.
Absolutely.
And now LSU moves on. It'll be Nussmeier or Daniels or Nussmeier, however it goes. Do you have a strong lean? I know you've done the dumpster fire for Nussmeier thing for a year now, but I don't know. I more and more it seems like it's going to be Jaden Daniels, at least to start, to see if he's the guy that can hang on to it.
I mean, you know, Nussmeier with the little injury, you know, he was kind of banged up a little bit, so we didn't get to see a whole lot. Was that enough for Daniels to jump in front of him? But I'd been hearing a little bit of both. You know, truthfully, I heard probably a month and a half ago, that it was going to be Nussmeier from some pretty credible sources, and it was close, but Nussmeier was the guy, and now all of a sudden that narrative has seemed to flip a little bit. You know, is there anything that the backup could do from here moving forward to win the starting role? I think is the question we should be asking. And I don't know, because I haven't been at the practice to see how reps are split or in the scrimmages or anything, but it seems to me they're pretty close.
They do have a practice tomorrow with about 30 minutes of media availability. Tuesday's a big day where they have their next scrimmage, and the media is allowed to watch as well. By the way, that is going to be an afternoon, like a 4:25 availability. So I'll be on air, so I will not be able to be there on Tuesday, but we'll try to get you as much info as we can after that for next Wednesday. So a lot of that's going to be figured out here in the coming days. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Michelli Weighing and Measurement, Michelli.com, Michelli.com. Locations from sea to shining sea, 29 locations across 11 different states. If you weigh or measure something, they sell, service, and rent the products you use to weigh and measure. ISO 17025 accreditation is available. They service all scale and measurement equipment models, if you want to listen to their service, if it's on-site calibration, if you want to send your devices to them to be calibrated, they do it all at Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Learn more about the industries they serve, the products and services that they offer at Michelli.com. 75 years in business, 75 years of being locally owned and operated. It's Michelli Weighing and Measurement, Michelli.com, Michelli.com. All right, it's after further review. We'll knock out a quick break. Matt House did speak to the media earlier today, LSU's defensive coordinator. Some of that, a coaching hot seat list, which coach in the SEC is on the hottest seat, and we will head to Green Bay in 15 minutes to visit with not Steffi Graf, but Todd Graffagnini, the radio voice of the Pels, who's also working double duty for the Saints to get a scene setter from Lambeau Field. That's coming up on AFR.
AFR.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at revelryteam.com. Revelry Sports, the official tailgate partner of LSU Athletics.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Matt House met with the media earlier today. This was crazy. He was asked about Micah Baskerville, Micah Baskerville, 85 tackles last year, was second on the team only to Damone Clark, could be in an NFL training camp, comes back for his fifth year, and he's running like third team right now. It's bonkers. They asked Matt House today about Baskerville, what he needs to do to get more reps.
Micah's doing a good job in camp, and we just got to keep pressing. The one thing I love about Micah is he's kind of the jack. He can play all three spots. He's a very intelligent linebacker. He's in the right spots. Just need to keep seeing him apply the physical part of the game, which he's doing a good job growing from there.
Wow, that just really surprises me to hear Micah Baskerville needs to do a better job applying the physical part of the game. I mean, you don't make 85 tackles in the SEC by accident. I mean, he's been an instinctive, athletic player who I think is athletic enough to play at the next level. I mean, I'm not a scout or anything, but you look at that guy and he's got size and speed and athleticism. I mean, he'll get a shot in an NFL camp somewhere. That's one of if you ask me what is maybe the most surprising development of fall camp, it's probably that. It's that Micah Baskerville's run. That and John Emery. I mean, I think a surprise would be something you thought was a given that turns out not to be. John Emery running like third running back and Micah Baskerville running like third string linebacker right now are two really big surprising developments throughout this fall camp. They'll continue to work on that though.
Is that a good thing? In other words,
yeah, I don't know, right? I mean, you don't really know the answer until they play a game. You could spin it either way. You could spin it and say, well, it's a great thing. When a guy who had 85 tackles is your third string linebacker, it means all these guys are playing better than him and got depth. Or you can say the flip side of it is you're playing young, inexperienced guys because the veteran guy doesn't fit maybe what this defense is. So I don't know. I mean, there's multiple ways you can spin that. I mean, look at what happened with quarterback. A 6-year senior just walked away because he didn't really fit what this offense wanted. They wanted a more mobile quarterback. So now you're in a situation where you have a redshirt freshman who really hasn't played and a guy who's played a lot but is new here. So I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I am excited about Noah Cain, though. I mean, I think Noah Cain what we've seen has just been really good, and he's just beating out John Emery right now. Yeah. And same with Armani Goodwin at running back. He's put on good weight. He's low to the ground at 5'8", 200 pounds. He runs hard.
He ran hard last year. Yeah.
I mean, I think you might be thinking of Corey Kiner. We didn't see a ton of Goodwin.
Goodwin had the dreads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't see a ton of him last year.
Yeah, early on he got some run and ran over people.
Let me see I'm going to see his numbers from a season ago.
Am I thinking about the right guy? Had the dreadlocks?
Yeah, that's who that is.
Yeah.
He only had 16 rushing attempts last year for 65 yards. So he didn't get a lot of run. But Corey Kiner was the other freshman who got more and was sort of the physical back.
Yeah.
It was Ty Davis-Price and Corey Kiner were your top two backs. Yeah, Goodwin only had 16 rushing attempts last year, so for 65 yards, but clearly made an impression. All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you aboard with us here. Brought to you by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette. Online at theantiagingclinics.com. Was there earlier today, as a matter of fact. You want to go get your Brotox, you can.
I need to. Bad.
Do you really? Let me see. It's not too okay. All right, I was being nice, but I can't really talk. I mean, look at me.
It's bad.
Actually, my skin's pretty smooth up top. I mean, with the dome, But that's not really my issue. My issue was hormone replacement therapy, and even in my mid-30s, I spent darn near a year in the hospital worrying about my son every day, and it just drained me biologically. It aged me. You ever see pictures of presidents when their term starts, when it ends? How much it looks like they age? Well, I mean, stress does that. It will age you. It will age you physiologically. So a simple blood test can let you know if you're a candidate for hormone replacement therapy over at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette. Online, theantiagingclinics.com. Muse, if you would please, hit the greatest college football theme in all the land, which will now, in 2 years, welcome in the the Big Ten on CBS. Get used to it, Muse. You ninny.
I don't want to.
All these people. I posted my little rant from yesterday. All these people. It's just the song that's emotional. I addressed the song, you nerds. Oh, by the way, you ever watch the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, Muse?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You know what theme CBS uses to welcome in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl? This one. Because it's college football on CBS, not just the SEC. Hey, Muse.
This thumbnail right here has SEC on CBS.
Hey, Muse, got a question for you.
Yeah, what's that?
You ever watch the Army-Navy game?
Yes, every year.
Yeah, you do?
Love
What
that
network broadcasts the Army-Navy game?
CBS.
Hey, Muse, you know what theme CBS uses for the Army-Navy game?
The March Madness theme?
This one.
Okay.
Muse, get out of your feelings. All you ninnies running around there. Why can't they play this? They should give it to ABC. You're not giving intellectual property. Not giving intellectual property. Why? It's great.
That's a new era
it's a great song.
College football on CBS.
I kind of agree with Muse on this one.
Yeah, you gotta rebrand, right?
I'm gonna be honest. No, I kind of
rocks, you loser.
I mean,
Not
NCAA video game and everything. I mean,
the song's not going anywhere. You can play it anytime you want.
But we can't hear it when we watch our team play.
You hate the 2:30 CBS game. That's everybody hates it.
Not when LSU's playing. I love it.
No, everyone hates when LSU's playing at 2:30. Everyone hates LSU playing during the day.
I like it.
Everybody wants night games in Tiger Stadium.
I like all games that include LSU.
Somebody posted a hot seat list. I don't even know who this is. Oh, it was Sports Illustrated. It doesn't even matter. I only brought this up for one reason. Well, Brian Harson's on the list. Everyone asks, what SEC coach might get fired. Oh, the one that damn near got run out by the boosters this offseason after 1 year. Scott Frost at Nebraska. That would be interesting. Jeff Collins at Georgia Tech. Scott Satterfield at Louisville. Chip Kelly, UCLA.
He should be.
You're 5 up there. Yeah. Time to make a move. But they mentioned Arizona State. And I bring this up because when we talk about Jaden Daniels, I think too often people don't know the context of what a dumpster fire that was a year ago. In June of 21, so right before the start of last football season, there were allegations of recruiting improprieties. Herm, 5 coaches either resigned or were fired. They're still waiting on a formal NOA. Basically, Arizona State football is in that same limbo where LSU basketball was for 3 years. Mm-hmm. Just you got the allegations, it's really bad, you know it's going to be bad, but the head coach is still there and you're just waiting for the bomb to drop. That's where Arizona State is. Here's what SI wrote. Besides Tennessee and Miami, Arizona State's program seems like it is most squarely in the crosshairs of the NCAA. A handful of schools are waiting on NCAA sanctions to come down in order to try to terminate a coach for cause and skip a buyout totally. Herm Edwards and athletic director Ray Anderson are close, which could play in the coach's favor when all's said and done. But the specter of the NCAA investigation is clearly harming recruiting, and it's only a matter of time until it shows on the field. The timing of when a notice of allegations could come remains a moving target, as ASU President Michael Crow told The Athletic in early August that the NCAA's investigation was moving deliberately, but ASU is a job that would, if open, be attractive to many types of candidates. So point being, why would Jaden Daniels leave? Thank you, Muse. You can kill the music. Why would Jaden Daniels leave? There are a lot of the reasons why a lot of those guys would ultimately leave a program where it's a dumpster fire. The coach might get fired. There are looming sanctions, recruiting. You've had people leave. You've had coaches leave. You have a lot going on around that program.
Same reason why every player on the LSU basketball team left.
Big part of it, well, the NOA had come and Will Wade had gotten fired and all that sort of stuff. But yes, I mean, that's a big part of it. I just think context matters for a lot of people that maybe they don't understand just how bad. Was that thunder? Oh, my God. I call Hudko. Did you? We're in a soundproof room, and I have headphones on. When that happens, and you can hear the thunder.
We got action.
Better call Hudko. Our phone's blowing up all week.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Been pretty good.
I mean, good or bad, however you want to look at it. But yeah, the phones have been ringing a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is thunder. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's a big red blob coming over Baton Rouge. Oh my God, on the radar. Yeah, if you're driving around, please be safe. That looks like super intense weather that's coming this way. All right, we're going to grab a quick break. We're going to go to Green Bay and check in with Todd Graffagnini, who is at Lambeau Field in a skybox right now listening to Led Zeppelin. That's next. It's AFR.
AFR.
Serious. We're brought to you by Darren James and Associates, powered by eXp Realty. Every home listed by every company, all in one place. Agent225.com. That's agent225.com. You know where to find them. I tell you often that you should really go check out Darren's social media. He does a great job of using his social media to educate and inform all of you instead of just trying to sell or pitch anything. This was interesting. In the Greater Baton Rouge area, homes available for sale have increased over the last 5 months. The active monthly listing counts have gone from March 382,000 to in July 748,000. So basically, you have more homes on the market right now. So while the market is sort of cool, the crazy frenzy around the pandemic has started to cool down just a little bit, which means it's a great time to list. If you're looking to buy or sell, you need Darren James. 335-7666 or agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
3 people walk into a bar. The first 2 order the same old margs. The third, Nuevo Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer. Crafted with real lime juice and a crisp tequila flavor. Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Ford has $14,000 off MSRP on a new 2021 Ford F-150. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, let's go up to Lambeau. That's where we find Todd Graffagnini, a.k.a. Graff, not Steffi Graff.
Oh.
Theriot, Graff, how are you?
I'm great, Matt. Theriot. I haven't been called Steffi Graff since I was in high school, so congratulations.
Well, no, he said we're going to have Graff on the phone, and I'm like, well, was it Steffi Graff? I don't know. I mean, I didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah, no, that was very popular back in 1987.
I didn't read the rundown, Todd. That's my bad. Okay, my bad, bro.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it.
When are we going to Gibson's?
You know what? We're going in October for the preseason. We're going back up a few weeks later. So if you want to be in Chicago on October 3rd, Gibson's is calling me.
We could go check out a Cubs playoff game. Oh, wait a minute. No, we can't because they stink.
I don't think that's going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
What day of the week is October the 3rd? Well, it's a Monday.
Yes.
Just shoot up there.
Tuesday the 4th is the first preseason game.
Catch dinner and then fly back. No big deal with Todd over at Gibson's.
Let's do it at some point during the season, actually, because that's still football season. I don't think I'll be able to get away, but I want to go. I'll go up to Chicago, watch a Bulls game. Pels Bulls. It'll be good. Go to United Center.
How's the Jordan build?
Let's do it.
Go to Gibson's.
Yeah.
Go to Gibson's.
In the Denim Lounge. I'm a big fan of the Denim Lounge. It's in Chicago.
I like Pippen's Tavern, Ryan.
Okay.
That's my spot.
You guys need a moment?
Todd's my guy.
I mean, you guys.
we
text
I
a
love
lot.
Chicago.
I can leave the room if you guys need.
Well, he's my, Graff.
You know, you guys.
Graff's my boy.
Yeah. Graff, how's Lambeau?
It is lovely. Partly cloudy skies, about 80 degrees. Nice south breeze, about 15 to 20. Sun's kind of breaking through right now. Maybe a possible stray shower later on in the evening, but all is good right now, and fans are filing in. It's a big deal. I mean, even though it's a preseason game, Matt, just being in this stadium is huge for these people. So, I mean, it holds 81,000. I guarantee you there's going to be at least over 70 tonight. They love their Packers. I mean, there's really not much more to say.
So there was a walkthrough yesterday. So what is a game day like for the team? What have they been doing since the walkthrough yesterday?
No, I mean, they got a handful of guys right now warming up. Really, the special teamers are out there. By the way, John Parker Romo got signed early in the day, so he is going to handle the kicking duties. I'm watching him kick right now, so I would imagine Will Lutz is going to get the night off, which is good. Parker Romo's had a nice camp. Obviously, he's not going to be on the 53-man when it's all said and done, but I would expect him to kick tonight. But you saw the list earlier, Matt, that Nick Underhill put out about the guys that were warming up, kind of off to the side with the trainers. So, you know, your regulars, CJ, Cam Jordan, Alvin, Ramczyk, Davenport, Onyemata, Ingram, Andy Dalton was on that list.
Yeah.
Tyrann Mathieu, DeMario, Adebo. It's, you know, that's why those practices in the middle of the week were so key, Matt Ryan, because you've got ones on ones, twos on twos, because the majority of these guys aren't going to play in this game tonight.
So the interesting one, obviously, is Andy Dalton. So does that mean that Ian Book gets the entire game, or do we see KJ Costello?
I would think you're going to see at least 3/4 from Ian Book, and they might give Costello maybe a series at the end of the game. So I know you've talked about it extensively during the week. This is a big game for Ian Book. The problem, I think, and I don't know if it's a problem, but there's so much turnaround that we've seen this week on the offensive line. I mean, you've got basically a completely different offensive line. You might see Cesar Ruiz play tonight for a little bit. You're probably going to see Trevor Penning play a great deal. But your starting left tackle, James Hurst, is not going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Eric McCoy, I would think, is not going to play tonight. Andrew Speak didn't dress out for the second practice on Wednesday, so he's not going to play tonight. And I think that's got a lot of reason why Andy Dalton's not even going to, put a helmet on tonight. So you know what he can do anyway, and Book needs to do better than he did last Saturday. I mean, let's be honest, and he knows that as well. I mean, the turnovers really were the thing, and you can't fumble snaps and you can't throw interceptions when guys are wide open because it's a high throw. So we'll see what he can do tonight because he's going to get a ton of reps.
Do we see Trevor Penning tonight?
Yeah, I think he's going to start. I think he's going to play a lot. He played almost the entire game against the Texans. And remember, he left practice for a few minutes on Wednesday, and you're thinking, oh, my goodness. But then he came back and played the majority of the rest of practice. So he's been getting a bunch of reps, and the only way he's going to get any better is for him to be out there. And quite frankly, I mean, they just put Forrest Lamp on IR today. They released Sage Doxter yesterday. They signed two guys yesterday, Matt. Derek Kelly, who they claimed from waivers from the Jets, and Derek Schweiger. It's a numbers game right now. There was a lot of attrition during the week here in Green Bay.
You know, Todd Graffagnini is with us. On one hand, it's good that the Saints really haven't had a devastating injury to a starter or a key contributor,
Right.
but a lot of other guys have gotten hurt. So with that being the case, who has an opportunity? You mentioned Book, but who else has an opportunity tonight in this game?
Well, you think of the linebackers. And I know you talked about Zach Vaughn earlier. Zach Vaughn's got a tremendous opportunity tonight. I don't know if we're going to see Chase Hansen tonight, unfortunately, because he got banged up in the first practice, and he did not practice on Wednesday. But, guys that are like a Dowell, Andrew Dowell at linebacker, he's got a chance to play a lot tonight. You're not going to see the starting defensive backs, Vincent Gray, Brian Allen, DeMarcus Fields. They have opportunities in the defensive backfield tonight. John Bostic, who they just signed earlier in the week, is going to get some time at linebacker. So, those are the guys, because these frontline guys are just not going to play.
Hey, Graf, before you go, can you kind of you mentioned that you're expecting a big crowd. What else is the scene like there in Green Bay around Lambeau for a preseason game?
I love it, man. I just love it. This is my kind of deal. I would equate it to like being in Tuscaloosa or Auburn. Just a college town with an NFL team. You're literally driving through a neighborhood, and then you come to a stoplight, and it's Lombardi Avenue, and there's Lambeau Field. And people are tailgating all around the stadium. You're parking in neighborhoods. You're parking on the grass. I actually sent you a picture from behind one of the end zones where people are parking on the grass. And the stadium itself, and I know you've been up here, it's a bowl. And in the lower bowl, there are no chairbacks. It is all bleacher seating. So unless your rump doesn't want to get hurt, I mean, you're bringing one of those folding, soft chairs to sit back on. I really, really have enjoyed this week and being in the stadium. And you could argue it's probably top three most iconic stadiums for any sport when you're talking about Fenway, Wrigley, and Lambeau. I mean, it's pretty awesome.
Sure.
I love this type of stuff.
He is Todd Graffagnini. We know him as the radio voice of the Pels, but pulling a lot of double duty, doing a lot of work with the Saints this season. And we appreciate the access and all the time you've given us, Graf, as always.
Thanks. Yeah, before I go, I got a little pet peeve, and I know you're short on time.
No, you're good.
You know what one of my little pet peeves is when you go to another arena or another press box, and the press box food tries to do their best to make you feel at home, and they make Cajun chicken and spicy shrimp with andouille Alfredo. I mean, come on. Give me a black cheeseburger. I'm not eating Wisconsin andouille. I don't know. I mean,
You want some brats?
Where are you getting the shrimp? From Lake Michigan? I mean, come on.
Graf, you'll get some better food when you get home, but we're glad you enjoyed the week, man. Thanks for the time.
All right, thanks, fellas.
All right, we'll
See you,
see.
Todd.
That's Todd Graffagnini joining us from Lambeau. It's After Further Review. We're brought to you by DraftKings. If you want to bet on tonight's Saints-Packers game, you can at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. And remember, use the promo code Baton Rouge. College football season is just about here. Week 0 is next weekend. We got college football, college football games next weekend. Remember, bet just $5. Yeah, bet just $5 on any college football bet. Anything college football, they'll give you $200 in free bets at the DraftKings Sportsbook, win or lose. So bet $5 on a prop, a futures bet, a game in week 0, whatever it is. New customers, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, bet just $5 on any college football game. Use the promo code Baton Rouge, and they'll give you $200. Bet just $5. They'll give you $200 in free bets. Of course, You want to bet on the NFL preseason, the Saints tonight, any of your Major League Baseball action all throughout the weekend, golf, it's all there for you at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the promo code Baton Rouge. 21 and older, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. One per new customer. Minimum $5 deposit and wager. $200 issued as 8 $25 free bets. Restrictions apply. See terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Licensing partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem. Call 1-877-7-0-STOP. You like my disclaimer?
It was fast.
Well, if I read it all out, it's like 25 seconds. It's long. Let's speed it up.
Yeah, that was quick.
I know. I had it faster than that, actually. I had it down to 7 seconds.
Ooh.
Sound like just like that. That's how it sounded. That sound like a turkey?
Mm-hmm. Just like one.
Is that what turkey sounds?
Mm-hmm. Exactly like that.
Yeah, you could be a little more encouraging.
That's exactly what turkeys sound like. You're good at that. You're good at calling.
We got one segment left. We'll do Ask Ryan to wrap up the week. You know the drill. Get your questions in. Email us, Matt at 1045ESPN.com. Tweet your questions at Matt Moscona.
Hey, Twitter world.
You can jump in the Bayou Forward YouTube chat on the Watch 1045 ESPN YouTube channel. If you're there, by the way, please smash the like button. And you can text me, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Ask Ryan next.
AFR.
Y'all come join me tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, at Rouse's, Village Market Street, which is Long Farm, right there next to Antioch, Airline in Antioch. You know where that Rouse's is. 10 a.m. to noon, they're having another bourbon pop-up. If you are a bourbon lover, you're a whiskey lover, you know the drill. They got the Van Winkles. They'll have the 10-year, the Rip 10, the Lot B, Thomas H. Handy, so we're talking B-Tax, Stag Jr. The last one I went to, they also had Weller 12. They had Michter's 10. It's kind of incredible. They are breaking out the big boys, and they are letting you sample these for free. I guess I can let you in a little hint as well, or a little tip. Like, they did have, like, gift baskets. The last one I went to as well, where some, like, allocated stuff was in the gift baskets, like Rock Hill Farms and Blanton's and other stuff. So come on by, 10 a.m. to noon, Rouse's, Long Farm. Again, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. to noon, I'll be there for the full 2 hours at Rouse's.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Auctioner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Auctioner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioner Baton Rouge.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Down the stretch, we come final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Glad to have you hanging out with us. That just happened. I was calling turkeys. All right, let's get some Ask Ryan.
All right.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Ask Ryan, where you can ask Theriot anything about anything. Matty Ice said, Ask Ryan, is Tom Brady doing the Masked Singer?
No.
Might be.
Nope.
Michael McIntyre said, no Otter locks today? So Michael, Otter on Fridays does his show from 10 a.m. to noon. So he's sort of done for the day. By now, if I had to guess, if I left here and went over to Superior on Highland Road, Otter's probably about 4 marks in.
Posted
if I had
up.
to guess.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yeah.
Probably a safe assumption. Yeah.
Just 4? His show ended at noon.
Good point. Very fair point. But it was probably drinking old fashions at Ruffino's.
That's true, too.
$5 Friday old fashions at Ruffino's.
That's true.
Barry the bartender. It's way better when Liv's there, though.
At
Ruffino's, yeah. Ask Ryan. What is bigger? Keelan Williams' calves or Jerry Sullivan's appetite at the Piccadilly?
I actually talked about Piccadilly today.
Piccadilly so
It's
much.
really good. The carrot souffle is so elite over there.
You know, I think
It is
Hester likes the carrot souffle as well.
Yeah, the carrot souffle at Piccadilly is elite. Very good.
Maybe I'm gonna try the carrot souffle.
You've never had it?
No, I mean I go jumbo chopped beef,
Yeah.
green beans, mac and cheese, soft roll, chocolate pie, high C. Boom.
So you just get the same thing every
Boom.
time? Really?
Boom.
You got to venture out a little bit.
Now, when I was in high school, we would, on Fridays before the football games, we'd do school and then we'd do prayer service and we'd go to the Piccadilly in Westmoreland and
right
eat our
there.
pregame meal. And I would always get fried chicken, which if only I'd known better at the time. Yeah, right. Well, exactly. I mean, but I need
Good
some
fuel for the game.
But keep in mind, this is 3 o'clock. The game's at 7. I'm not going to eat again until 11 o'clock. So I get to eat something big. I was a big dude. So I'd get the fried chicken. I'd get mac and cheese, the green beans, roll, like just tons of food to put in my belly because I need something to sit in my belly until 11 o'clock at night. I didn't know nothing about nutrition, bro. Come on. I was 17, 18 years old. Look at me. Craig Duke guy asked Ryan, can Hudco do a roof inspection on my palate? It's been damaged from a bowl of Captain Crunch I ate back in 94.
And he's right, too, man. That's a real thing.
That Captain Crunch will scratch the roof of your mouth.
That is a real thing.
Yeah, that is true. Will you do an inspection at his house?
I mean, I will inspect his roof 100%.
Wait, we did this several weeks back, maybe a month ago, where we asked people to call. You answer the phone, and like you would go do you would personally go on the. You went on an inspection today, didn't you?
I went on 3 today.
It's funny that people don't realize that you actually are a licensed contractor. Like took the test.
Yeah.
Like Ryan is a licensed contractor.
Well, I'm a guy. I'm a real dude.
Is very, very qualified to come to your home and do a roof inspection and does do them actually. All right, so if people call right now.
Yeah, like I've got the measuring tape that I'll clip on my hip. I've got the whole thing. I've got the boots that look like that I've been working all day. Like I'll pull that off sometimes. It's not always Chucks or Jordans. And then I've been doing this recently. Pocket knife for no reason.
You got to have it. You never know.
No reason.
What about the
at
guy
all.
that pulls out the pocket knife to undo a screw?
It's showing
You know
off.
what I mean?
It's just a flex.
225-364-1007. That's the HUDCO number, 364-1007, which rings rings your cell phone and Tilly's cell phone.
And,
so
and Joe, too, Morales.
Oh, well, Joe might get it. 364-1007. Call right now, and Theriot will answer it here on air.
I want to do inspections next week.
364-1007. TK asked Ryan, biggest villain, the devil or Jeff from Saved by the Bell? That's the one who stole Kelly away from Zach.
I don't remember him.
Barry Minton asked Ryan, do you think Jameis will make it through the full season without getting hurt?
I hope so.
You better say yes, because if you put that Gregory on him, I swear I'll punch you across the table.
I hope he does. I don't want him to get hurt.
Josh Forshey asked Ryan, how long would it take Musso to find his way out of Bass Pro Shop if he were high?
Oh, man.
Fair question.
The aquarium and everything, it could be a long...
Really good question. Ask Ryan, are the Cardinals going to win the World Series? That's Chris Burke.
Yeah, they're winning.
Okay.
Chris Burke? Like the Chris Burke?
No,
Berkey?
No. Berkey?
Berkey?
Ryaney?
Is that Berkey?
Ask Ryan, you're one of my favorite all-time players at LSU.
Oh, thanks.
I'm also a huge Cards fan. Do you know where I could get your jersey from when you played with the Cards? It's from Charlie Cox.
Probably have to be an internet play, I would imagine.
I think you can do like a personalized
You can
jersey.
make them on Majestic, but I don't think Majestic makes MLB jerseys anymore. I think it's Nike.
Jeremy Chasson said, funny tidbit to all this Bayou du Large area stuff is actually Theriot, Louisiana.
That's right.
How about that?
Yeah, it's right there.
Interesting. That's going to do it for us. Muse, Paulie, appreciate y'all so much. Have an awesome weekend. Mr. The Riot, thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
Always great to see you. Y'all have a great weekend. Shout out to Don Juan Cigar Bar. We'll see you Monday at 3.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, remind you about Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. 288-8138, 288-8138, reliefwindows.com. On Tuesday, I was over at the Relief Windows showroom. They had their formal grand opening. All the big, balloon arch and all the dignitaries from the city parish and all were out there, and they cut the big ribbon and all with the giant scissors. I was really happy for Brandon and Adrian. So much work went into getting their new location open. It's now the third location of Relief Windows because they've just continued to outgrow places, and now this one is a massive one, and hopefully they'll be there for a long, long time. Windows, doors, siding, Relief Windows, and reliefwindows.com. Always tell you about the windows, always tell you about the doors. Remember, Hardy Plank and vinyl siding. You can remake the exterior of your home in essentially 2 weeks with siding. And they will nail every single piece of siding onto your home. No stapling at Relief Windows. It's all about quality. It's experience, quality, and service. It's Relief Windows, reliefwindows.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more